Welcome back to the Fan Speak Network and a very special NFL Draft Round 2 episode, live reactions. Obviously, it's not just Sibling Showdown. It's not just me and Steve. Of course, I've got Steve. I've got Spread. I've got Bruni. We also got PPR Tyler. If you obviously are in the best ball streets, you're watching PPR Tyler. So if you're not sub to him, be sure to go and sub to PPR Tyler. We'll be having, I believe, Best Ball Guy jump in at some point. Steve will be on Best Ball Guy's channel. Lots of fun cross streaming. We love it. We're ready for round 2. Let me go around the horn here. Steve, how are you doing? You ready to talk some NFL draft? I know you are, because NFL draft I know is like Christmas Day for you.
Yeah, doing well. Very excited. We didn't get as many skill guys as we may thought round 1, but tonight I think a lot are going to go.
All right. Let me go over and we might as well bring on Best Ball Guy now too, and then we'll keep going around the horn here, and then I'll get to the comments. Eric, how are you doing? That's my first time meeting you. How are you?
I'm doing good, Meg. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you all. And yeah, I'm doing all right.
All right. Well, yeah, we just talked about PPR Tyler's channel. If you're doing any best ball, you know PPR Tyler, you know Best Ball Guy. So Eric, yeah, it's nice to meet both you and Tyler today, and nice to just talk some NFL draft. Find out where these rookies land. This is exciting.
Very exciting. I know. I think day 2 is the more monumental day for the best
fantasy
ball community.
Oh yeah,
and fantasy in general. Yeah.
Yeah. What are you hoping your Jets do tonight?
Well, I love that we took Membu, and then we pick it. I don't know, like probably 207, right, or something. So we do need a wide receiver too. I think taking like a Higgins would be probably good for the team. I don't know if I'd necessarily love it for Higgins' fantasy value, but
and 3.
Sorry,
wide receiver 2 and 3.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, we need a lot of help. So I don't know. Maybe we take a tight end. Maybe we go Mason Taylor or something. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, no, yeah. We definitely drafted plenty of Mason Taylor. All right, Bruni, how are you doing? How do you feel about your Bears getting Colston Loveland? I love it for my 27%. How do you feel?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a gut shot, but just, kind of a shocker. We had talked Warren going there. Loveland with getting all that steam the past couple of days. Seemed like there was going to be some teams after the Bears that were going to, go after them. I still would have liked to maybe they were able to either trade back or move up again and maybe load up at offensive line at 10 since they did miss Genty. Sounded like they were trying to go up and get him, and complete roadblock from the Raiders, and that made sense. Jags had to move up, so it's not like we were going to be able to get their pick. They had to move up for Hunter. I think that part of the equation also kind of ruined it for us as well. So yeah, onward and upward. Let's go.
I mean, I think Bears get a running back today. I cannot see which running back is going to Ben Johnson.
God bless him. God bless him. He's not doing anybody any favors right now.
All right, Spread, speaking of the Raiders, I know you weren't rooting for Ashton Genty, but are you excited now? Have you had your time to get your head around it?
Meg, first things first, let me give you credit. Because for those, some people are going to be new to Fan Speak, right? But for those who have been watching the content, I think on every single show that I did, at some point, Ashton Genty came up. You said he was going to the Raiders. You said he was going top 10. I said he was going to slide. I was absolutely wrong. So I need to give you your credit for accurately gauging the market. Great work there.
Okay. Well, I love a man that convinced wrong, but I just was following what everybody else was saying. You just you wanted your Raiders to go offensive line.
Predicting the future, you're not always right, which is why I have no problem coming on here and say that I'm wrong, because I'll definitely let you guys know when I get things right. Brock Bowers, and so I don't know if it helps us make us a better team, but I told my buddy that is a Raiders fan, I'm a little more excited for week 1 now. We're going to be more fun to watch. And for those of you who are drafting, and I know Steve did it in the last draft that we did together, drafting Ashton Genty, could there be a better spot? It reminds me of Laporta the year that you were touting him, Meg. Where's the competition?
Right.
Mostert, who's like a year younger than me. I mean, great landing spot for Genty. And as a Raiders fan, I'm excited that at least, while I don't know if we're going to win a lot of games, we're going to be damn fun while we lose these games. That's for sure.
You absolutely are going to be damn fun while you lose these games. All right. I pulled over the draft, obviously, just like Emo Cowboy. You guys jumped on with Emo Cowboy last night, pulled over the draft tracker. The Browns are indeed on the clock. So any predictions from you guys? What happens here?
there's definitely a lot of buzz that they could be looking running back, tight end. They have 2 picks now with the trade back with the Jags, so they maybe target both. I think offensive line is probably in play as well.
Okay. Let me get to the chat real quick. Mike Robb was not wrong. I was running late, so I should have told myself to be on at 6:47. Of course, PPR Tyler's here. Off the Shine, who was on with you guys. Cody is in the chat. Love to see you. This one I like. Happy Skattebo Day for those who celebrate. I am ready to celebrate. I'll even take a Washington landing spot as a Washington fan. We've got Greenbin in here. We've got Disbanded Brotherhood with the dot. I know Tyler and Eric know the Disbanded Brotherhood dot. So
if you get him to speak, it's a good
It's
feat.
special.
Yeah.
He's a chatty Cathy in my stream.
Is he?
Yeah, we talk. You just gotta find what he likes to talk about, I think.
Okay. All right.
Does anyone else have the draft on? They keep putting up what's his name, Tyler's show.
I do too.
Yeah,
Tyler Shook? Yeah,
I got it on.
They keep putting them up. I mean,
it
they're
sounds
either
like Rappaport tweeted right before the whole thing started. He was like, Tyler Shook might be the first QB off the board today.
Oh,
That would be shocking.
wow.
Yeah.
Cleveland.
Fun fact about Tyler Shook, he was in Trevor Lawrence recruiting class, and he was the backup for Justin Herbert when Justin Herbert was a junior at Oregon.
Wow.
A junior at Oregon. So he backed up Justin Herbert for 2 years.
All I hear is that this guy played like on 7 different teams and like never had more than like 2,000 yards passing. Like he played his whole career.
This past year, he did, but
All right.
he was
Pick
awesome.
is in. We'll see what we got here.
He was not impressive at the combine. I know that.
There's that one throw that's going around that's not his best work.
No, I think it's like the worst throw of like the combine in its history.
It might be.
It was weird. He apparently told teams like he was going to try to emulate being under pressure with his combine throws, and it's like that's a dumb idea.
Yeah,
it's a terrible.
Yeah,
I swear, I thought you were going to say he was going to be like Uncle Rico.
I was gonna say he looks like my drunk uncle. On Thanksgiving, who's like doing a fadeaway throw and screams Rogers while he does it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that. He looks like he's a character in White Lotus the way he's rocking it tonight.
I actually am doing what Tyler did, Tyler Emo Cowboy last night. I am looking for tip picks. Tyler gave me the hints of but I won't tip anything. But so far I'm not seeing anything.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they go quarterback here.
Boy, if it's Tyler Shock, that would be such a wild outcome.
Yeah, honestly.
Up, and the defensive wave continues.
Yeah.
Nothing
Okay.
sexy.
That's right.
Nothing
Carson.
sexy.
Yeah. Karsten, how do you pronounce this? Swessinger. Okay. Steve, you're the resident scout here. Tell us about Carson Swessinger.
Yeah, I mean, off-ball linebacker from UCLA, incredible athleticism. Obviously not on par with Jahad Campbell, but very close. Kind of really just this past year kind of breakout. But yeah, to me, the signals the Browns are probably not taking a quarterback. If you're not taking it with the top pick here, I don't think you do it 3 picks later.
Unless the idea is we know that both the Texans and the Titans aren't going to take a quarterback. So
sure,
Well,
I mean that is true. But you'd have to worry that some other team would trade up into that spot.
We could trade up, right?
Good point. Good point.
So
are you concerned that it took him to become a senior till he became a starter, or is that not a big deal?
I don't think it's the biggest concern, but it is like he is kind of just a 1-year wonder. But I think for the Browns, to me, this shows quarterback's next year's problem.
Yeah,
and I think that obviously, I think anyone makes that trade yesterday. I mean, could be great, and I still think that they got a haul. So if you're a Browns fan, you got to be happy things are going in the right direction. But I think they're gearing up to move up next year. And have a lot of ammunition in next year's draft. So
this is funny from Chad Candles. God, if I had to talk about Carson Swessinger off the cuff, I pretend to have internet problems.
No, we got our guy for that.
All right, Texans pick. Come on.
Oh, pick is in. They're all right. They mean
let's get a wide receiver.
I was gonna say we're thinking wide receiver, right? We're thinking
Where's
wide receiver.
Luther Burden?
O line or wide
receiver?
receiver?
Offensive line.
Luther Burden be crazy.
Yeah,
It could be your guy, Tyler Irsay. That'd be the O line.
That's my dog. I'm just
Yeah.
hoping.
Okay, so
Daniel
who-
Jackson
Are we
does
all
not-
rooting for Burden on this one if it is wide
Well,
receiver?
I'd be fine with O
I'd
line.
want an interior lineman.
Yeah, I'd be fine with O line after getting rid of
All right,
Tunstall.
calm
And
That's true.
I
That's
I
true.
took so much Nico and Stroud already this year that
They just took
I
two
need
of
them
the
to shut
Vikings
that
offensive
I
line.
hope it's not Henderson, Schneid.
Yeah, Cody said I
Oh.
called Henderson to the Texans last night. So yeah, that I have so much Henderson, and obviously the Omari and Hampton. That wasn't my favorite landing spot, so I'm really rooting for a good.
Like my Najee shares, Meg. I think we took him on almost every draft. Castro almost blocked me, and for what? To get vultured by Hampton, unbelievable.
Yeah,
should have been watching Best Ball Guy. For sure.
Well, so I don't know. Do you guys know the story? Felix Castro won the Millie Maker with Najee Harris a couple years ago in DraftKings. So Spread and Tyler do the DraftKings show every Tuesday. Felix will jump in with them.
Higgins.
Whoa.
Oh,
Let's go.
All right.
Okay.
It's still
Oh,
working
nice.
out.
That's huge.
I think that's a great
Oh,
landing
man.
spot for the best ball shares.
All
Luther
right.
Burden
Yeah,
is still
absolutely.
working out on his Instagram story as we speak. He is absolutely pissed.
I love it.
Really?
Dude, he's gonna have that Amon Ra rage. I love it.
No, the Amon Ra rage is
80
good.
gold.
But let's talk about Jaden Higgins. This is
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, I mean, it will
feels
go
like
up the
Jalen
board.
Polk.
Steve, you first.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say like Higgins. Look, this is a team last year we were drafting 3 receivers inside the top 50. Why can't we? I think Kirk is still live in the hundreds, and Higgins, is going to be a good pick as well. And Nico, maybe you slide him down a spot, but boy, that Stroud has, the O line needs some work, but Stroud has weapons.
All right.
Hopefully they can stay healthy this year.
Eric, I know you're pumped. I know
Yeah.
your bags are packed with Higgins as well,
For
right?
sure. As a bet from a best ball perspective, I'm just gonna shout out Sean Siegel real quick because he made a really interesting point towards the end of the draft season there in the big board where he was talking about how much better of a value like the Higgins range is for what you're getting, considering he's going to go like top of the second round like he just did,
Right.
compared to the Burdens, Egbukas, and Goldens even. So just shout out him. Yeah, he was. I started realizing that towards the end. I was like, man, yeah, these like upper echelon early round 2 picks are really mispriced right here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just Bandits bags are packed.
There we go.
yeah,
The Seahawks.
okay.
Yeah,
Trade alert.
Seahawks
Whoa.
just traded up
Oh.
with the Titans, so the Seahawks are on the clock right now.
Yep.
Could
boy.
this be a QB backup for Sam
Ooh.
Darnold? The Drew Lock's there, who's the boy, but could be a quarterback, could be Burden, could be someone totally just
Oh, not a
random.
receiver. No.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know who
I
knows.
hope
You think
Not a
about
receiver.
getting rid of their whole core?
Seahawks could look another O lineman. I mean,
Right. They needed help in the interior, right?
Yeah.
How pissed is Geno Smith right now as they just boost up that O line after getting murdered?
Yeah.
Gino doesn't need no line. He's got Genty now. He's fine.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I saw Saquon without an offensive line. That didn't look the same.
Spread and
Still might be one
Bruni,
rookie.
do you have much Higgins shares? What are your Higgins shares like?
We
and
have
how
a
are you
lot of
feeling?
Higgins.
Yeah, same. I'm happy with it. And even as his price was going up, I was to Eric's point, I was still like, it's not high enough. He's going early second round.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that worked
Yeah, he
out.
went 10 picks behind Matthew Golden, and he was going 40 picks in the draft in best ball drafts behind him. Just didn't make
Exactly.
sense.
All
No,
right.
to
Candles,
Steve's
Higgins,
point
Flips,
about
and
the,
Buka.
I would say
Absolutely.
yes, just because of the
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
I
We talked
guess-
about this on the show the other night. Steve talked about, yes, draft capital is super important, but landing spots kind of just as important. So
It's like Lad McConkey from last year, kind of. He was like in the
Right.
110s, if I remember correctly. And then he was like pick 60 all of a sudden. So
yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
goes to a good quarterback, and boom.
right. That's just what we got. So love it's great.
All right. Now I have to ask Eric and Tyler, did you ever watch our Best Ball Jeopardy from last year?
I don't think I did. I don't think
If
I
you
saw
didn't,
it.
well, the reason I'm saying you guys
I've
that
not.
because I want you guys to participate in this year. So
Ooh, yes.
the guy above you, Justin Bruni, is our resident Alex Trebek. Does an excellent Trebek and sets up an awesome Jeopardy board. So unfortunately for Spread, he played Steve, and it didn't go well for Spread. And Spread, I'm not trying to call you out because if any of us played Steve, it wasn't fair.
no.
Yeah, no, we're using DK draft percentages next year. That was another problem I had.
No.
That's true. That's true.
Give me Steve.
Familiar with the ADP.
Well, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. I think to start Hot Best Ball Summer, maybe the next week, because isn't Andrew, I believe, is out of town the following week, Bruni. Maybe we start some, and I haven't talked to Bruni about this, so he can just tell me flat out no, or give me a raise or something like that. But
That's nice.
I think we get some kind of like tournament where we get some of these guys. You know, I know Cody in chat. We can maybe get Pat, Fantasy Dog Pound, Eric, Tyler, all playing each other. The winner gets Steve. Yeah. We'll work it out. It's gonna have to be over multiple episodes, but it would be. I think it would be super fun. So this is just what's kicking around.
Please match me up with Cody round 1. I'll send his ass home packing real soon.
I think he wants revenge on you. So I mean,
he wants it. I don't know if he's gonna get it.
You are you on like BBMDB daily?
No, I'm not. No, wait. What's the trivia?
Well, it's all sorts of different shit. It's like it's BBM3, BBM4. That'll be BBM5.
It was some of
It'll
that.
be all sorts of stuff.
I'll send you guys the link, but it
like
was some
smoke,
historical stuff there. But then there was
like
also some current like best ball board stuff. Like, didn't you
Is
have
it
like
all based around best ball?
Yes, it was all best ball. Everything. Was
Eric might be.
I'm taking that down.
I'm taking that
Eric,
down.
Eric would be better.
I got a
ridiculous.
ridiculous.
It definitely helps when we have more like ADP help for like
because Bruni would do like this team's running back goes in at ADP X and top wide receiver goes at ADP Y. What is it? And
I'm not good at that stuff. I think I would be really bad at that. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, you do like 20 big,
like my odds,
20 big boards. You do like 20 manias. Like you get a feel, you get a vibe.
I was gonna say once you're in the streets, I think there'll be enough questions that I know. I know. I watch you enough, Tyler. I think you'll be fine.
I don't know. Can you just ask me where like freaking Dree Archer went to college or something? But can we do that?
I mean, clearly you guys need a rematch on the college questions too. I mean, you nailed that. What did you? Poor Cody. Was that like 7-3 or something?
It was
11-3, I think.
Okay.
Something like that.
All right, here we go.
Is the pick in yet? Okay, pick's in.
It's been in, but like Seattle.
They've been lagging on it.
We're making a trade. You'd think you'd know what you'd want to do.
Yeah.
Richard Sherman is taking forever at the podium here.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's Sherman eating up.
It's behind. I just see, and I also
get a lot
see
of camera time anymore.
I'm going to pull an emo cowboy. I see what is happening, and I also see what's happening next, and I'm going to have to keep a straight face here. So, Steve knows I have zero poker.
Anything? Wait.
I'm not saying.
Gave it away, Meg.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying the Browns have already made their pick.
Oh, I see it. Browns made their pick already?
Yeah.
What?
Come on, Sherman.
How far behind am I? What is
Nick Emawari. Okay, got it.
There's a trade?
Yep.
No. That was from yesterday. Never mind. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah. So Nick Emawari from South Carolina is who Seattle traded for.
Really
Browns are on the clock. We'll see how the pick is in. So we'll see how quick this comes up.
Wow, I'm so behind. I don't know why.
Are you on YouTube TV? I just found out 2 days ago.
I'm on DirecTV NFL Draft on ESPN here.
I just found out 2 days ago on YouTube TV. There's a setting that you can change the delay. You can make the delay less. I had no clue about this until like 2 days ago.
Oh, interesting.
What?
I need to do
that
that
right now. How do you do it?
If you're on YouTube TV and you click like you go to the 3 dots on the bottom left.
Yeah.
And then there's a thing that says broadcast delay. You have to change it from like standard to decreased. Little hack for anyone who has YouTube TV.
Yeah,
nice. I'm doing it right now.
That's a good question.
Yeah, that's why you tune into this show.
And BBM.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to ask, is that what you guys think? I think we. Yeah.
I agree.
That's tough.
I mean, do you think Higgins would go that high? Because where was Mbuka? Like 70?
He was like 78, something like that.
Yeah.
But I think so. I absolutely think he could.
Yeah. Is Christian Kirk just nothing now?
I think
that's kind of what I'm not sure.
Not great. It's not.
It's definitely not great, but I don't know if it's like
17 wide receiver spots. So Higgins was wide receiver 60 and Igbuka was wide receiver 43.
Yeah.
So roughly round and a half.
Steve, I'm having a major poker face. You're going to be so impressed when you see this pick. I'm holding it in.
Okay.
So
I do think
they draft a running back.
I'm
Joe
looking
Thomas
at
with 2 picks?
it, Meg. Where are you getting the spoilers?
Do you want me to tell you? You can't.
Twitter.
Oh,
I do
Yes,
think
it's a
Christian,
particular account on Twitter.
what I would say about Christian
Oh,
Kirk,
Count.
I think he should go around 120.
What is about to happen?
What did you say, Steve?
I think Kirk should go down to more like 120 range, but I don't think it's terrible.
Hold
There
on,
it is.
I don't even know that.
oh,
Judkins. Oh,
oh.
Wow.
Yeah, not
ahead of Henderson,
Judkins
which actually-
before Henderson. Yeah,
That was in my mock. I think Judkins is the more complete back. So, you have teams like who want him in the Gibbs role are going to go Henderson. But if you want a full, 3-down back, that's Judkins is probably your guy. So,
Not to mention, you're in the NFC North.
Yeah.
it's going to be physical. It's going to be
70% of
tough.
the Games,
Yeah.
80-90% from December on or outdoors. I think
Yeah.
Judkins fits better.
Judd and
That's a good point,
Stefanski. Like, I love
Yeah.
the Stefanski
Yeah.
run.
I like that landing spot a lot.
Yeah.
And
I
actually, if
agree.
I have Henderson shares a lot, I do. I actually don't want him in Cleveland.
Exactly. No, I
want
love
him in
this. This is actually
Dallas,
landing.
New Orleans.
Dallas,
or
yeah.
something.
They just
You
got
know,
a
inside,
3-down
you
back.
see.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm happy for the Judkins shares. Bruni, what do you think?
Give me more Jerome Ford.
You want more Jerome Ford?
I'll take the discount.
I think Ford will fall, and I think Ford remains a pass catching back because Judkins. That's how Henderson had that role in college. So I think Ford is still going to be live, and I agree with Bruni. I think he falls just because of the high second round cap.
He's going to fall because he's not going to get a lot of first or second down work now. He's going to be a third down back, in my opinion.
Cody
If I
is
was
kind
him,
of summarizing.
on the majority of first and second downs.
I don't think they're gonna let anybody just absolutely eat there as like a true number one. They're just gonna split touches.
Yeah,
Well,
they did with Chubb
Cody's
and-
kind of elaborating on that. That's the better pick for them. The Ford shares aren't dead, and Henderson is still alive for nut landing spot. Which the Green Bean says Travion to Chicago now.
Oh boy!
Oh God, stop
Yeah.
it.
This is
Why do you not want him in Chicago?
I don't know. I if we're fading running back that early, I would just give me more late round value. Give me round 3. I don't know.
Oh, I think Henderson would be so fun with
Yeah,
Ben
I think
Johnson.
he's Jamar Gibbs. A lot of similarities there.
Yeah.
PPR Tyler, is this true?
no. I'm pumped right now. This is the best. This is the best thing ever for me. I have Judkins ranked above Henderson. I'm a Judkins guy. Now he goes to Cleveland. He is there by himself. They have no quarterback. Doesn't matter. It's just I think it's a great spot for Judkins. Honestly, he's going to be the guy there. Like there's a lot worse landing spots that he could have gotten to. I think Cleveland's fine. I don't see what the problem is. This guy fits Cleveland too. The way he runs, he's like a Marshawn. He's like Marshawn Lynch light. Like this guy has like probably the best stiff arm in the class. He can catch passes. I love Judkins so much. I ranked him slightly ahead of Henderson.
Dolphins
just
moved up.
personally. So
Dolphins just came up.
Here we
On the
go.
clock.
The pick is in.
And the pick is in right away.
moved up
That's
and
how
moved
you do it. When you trade for the pick, you
Exactly.
damn
What are
pick.
you waiting around for?
This is Shador.
I am a little sad we don't
I
have
would
time to
be
learn about the business profiles of all these players. Now that they have money. There was the guy yesterday. He's like, "Yeah, I got my own farm now."
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna go to the NFL, but I got my own farm. Things are good here.
Who was that?
I think it was the defensive back from that went to the Bills. Is that right, Steve? Or no.
Oh,
I can't remember, but the guy before him also had like a Thanos chain and was like, "Yeah, I'm like Thanos."
okay.
I came to the league and snapped my fingers. Now they got to deal with me. And then the next guy's like, "Yeah, I'm a farmer."
I think Shador spent more on his chain and his draft party more than what his signing bonus is going to be when he gets
Yeah,
taken.
yeah.
Probably.
This is accurate.
Also,
Spread, were you bummed? Were you bummed that Raiders traded out of that pick? I mean, I guess don't know. We don't know the
want
compensation.
Sanders, but I could think I'm the only one in the whole world that thinks he's good.
They got an extra third. Raiders got a haul.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
wow.
They swapped seconds and they got a third and a fourth and they gave up their fifth. That's a pretty
Oh.
good deal.
Yeah, that's a really
very
good deal.
That's a really
Yeah,
good
that's
deal.
3. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Here come the Bears.
Yeah.
Bears are probably going to take a running back if Judkins just went.
Which running back do you want them to take?
Gosh, I want a Genty.
You didn't sound like Henderson. Are you a Caleb guy?
You really think Genty is that much better than Travion Henderson?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a reason why
Wow.
Henderson hasn't been picked yet,
Guard.
and Genty was a top 5 pick. Yeah.
Jonah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
the guard.
So the
Yeah.
guard.
They
They
had a
did need to
fair-
help their offensive line, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, their
yeah.
line was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
it just that's a lot to give up for a guard.
Right. Yeah. Random.
all right. So we got Patriots, then Bears. Are we thinking wide receiver here? Hopefully, a good fantasy.
That guard if we didn't take Sanders.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a good guard. He played tackle in college, but he's probably gonna kick inside the guard. So
I wonder if New England goes guard themselves right here, like another guy on the
they
line.
could keep building the line, but I just think
I hope
think
receiver.
you got to give May some weapons. I mean,
Yeah. Is it Noel?
No,
or
no receiver
maybe-
here. We got to protect the Javon Baker shares.
I mean, what if this is Luther Burden?
Oh,
Yeah. I
I'd be
mean,
happy with that.
I think I'd be all right with that.
I'll say, I mean, Vrabel will tolerate no nonsense, so he will just go to him and be like, "Look,
Right.
my way or the highway."
Look, cut
Sure.
the shit.
Speaking of how awesome Vrabel is, did you hear that he put pads on and made Will
Yes.
Campbell block
Yes,
him?
I
Yeah.
just heard that
No
today.
wonder
Yeah.
I love this coach. This
Yeah.
That's the awesomest thing. He said, I could do all I want. I wanted to feel how he would block me. I said, I love this coach.
I want to feel.
I should do that with the high school kids I coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, while we're waiting on the Patriots pick, if you're watching on Twitter, come over to YouTube, comment with us, ask us questions. And then if you're in here with us in YouTube, be sure to hit that like button. And of course, if you're not subscribed yet, subscribe to the FanSpeak Network. We'll have tons of fun stuff coming starting next week. Of course, BBM launches on Monday. We're going to be launching a Best Ball subscription via Substack with rankings and all sorts of fun articles, sub-only shows, hopefully by Thursday. So lots of fun stuff coming, and hopefully more cross streams with these guys, with PPR Tyler, with Best Ball Guy. And of course, you're probably already following them and subscribe to them, but be sure to check out all their great content that'll be even firing up even more. Even though these guys stream daily, I'm sure tons of exciting stuff coming Monday on. Best Ball season's finally here.
Yep.
All right. All right. So FK Coolers in chat says, love the Jaden Higgins pick by Houston, even though I thought it was an aggressive reach. Amazing landing spot for him. Jeff T with the Jags trade yesterday. ETN and Bigsby look safe duo. What picks are left, Steve? I know you said in Emo Tyler's chat that they do have a few today, right?
They have 2/3 and then 2 very early fourths tomorrow.
Okay.
So
It really depends who,
Yeah.
obviously.
no, it helps them, of course, but probably the Tyron Tracy has helped the most with the Giants moving up, and they don't have as many total picks. So
Yeah. I didn't touch Tracy really at all.
yeah, I
So-
don't have too much of them, but we'll see.
I think he's gonna make it out safe.
So, yeah, like you said, so far it's looking that way. Because I mean, what do they have today, Steve? Did they get rid of everything?
They
today?
have a third. They had 2/3. They gave up one as
Okay.
part of the deal.
Okay,
move up.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Where's the so because Rappaport tweeted, or is this Rappaport or Schefter was like should like the Raiders are the closest and most realistic spot for
Yeah.
Shador.
Yeah.
Now that the Raiders traded out, where is Shador? Because apparently the Saints are out. I don't even know who
Where did Raiders move down to? The Raiders are down to 48.
So, but maybe that's
Yeah.
it. Maybe Raiders feel
Raiders
like
at
nobody else is
48?
going to take them.
Yeah.
We can move
Yeah.
back, get the 3rd and 4th, still
Yeah.
get Shador.
I would
I
love
don't
to
think
see
Aaron
Shador
Glenn
be a
wants Shador,
Who
man.
wants Shador? I don't. What did this guy say in his draft interviews?
Just spread wants Shador.
He didn't even participate in the
like
combine.
74% of his
Why did he-
passes. I mean, I'm shocked.
I was talking with Bruni backstage. It was just me and him, and we were talking about like you kind of know who knows ball, but around the Shador conversation that's happening on Twitter right now. Like I had a buddy call me, and he was like, "Why is Shador not the first QB off the board? He's better than Cam Ward. He's gonna be like the best player in this class. How is he falling out of the first?"
The first guy
Yeah.
I spoke to at work, like, desk buddy was like, "Hey, where did that Shadir guy go?" And I was like, "He hasn't been picked yet." What do you mean? He's supposed to go first. Like, no, buddy. No, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
I was like, it was 1, then it was 3, then it was 9, then it was 29, and then that didn't happen. So you still have to wait.
I heard one of the big mistakes that he made, they said, was working out with Cam Ward. Those openers.
He didn't look as good as Cam Ward, you're right.
Yeah.
Well, because
right.
his strengths aren't going to show up in the shorts, right? What are his strengths? Accuracy, the ability to read defenses, completion percentage, right?
Yeah.
But then you just throw into a guy in shorts. One guy's ball is coming out of his hand faster, farther, right? I mean, Cam's got a cannon compared to Shador. So, they watch him throw the same routes, and that probably guys are sitting here. These guys aren't close to equal, but that's not the type of workout he's going to excel in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I personally think the arm strength stuff is overrated, right? I mean, Zach Wilson's got a cannon.
Yeah.
Rex Grossman had a cannon, right? I mean,
Hey, Jake Cutler had a cannon, dude.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, arm strength doesn't
Chill out.
necessarily mean you're going to be a good quarterback.
No.
So I want to see. I actually think he's going to be pretty good as long as he doesn't have to start right off the bat.
Yeah. I think
Really quick, I want to say hi to Who Hames in the chat. FK Coolers, if we have fireworks and streamers planned for the Skattebo pick, I mean,
Yeah, right.
we should. If it goes to Washington, definitely. Actually, not the best landing spot necessarily, but I just would love to root them on. And we'll catch up on the rest of the chat later. I'm sorry. Who did I interrupt?
Oh no, I was just gonna say, wish Sanders, it's unfortunate because he can be a starting quarterback in this league. Like some people are confident in Teddy Bridgewater, some people have talked like Brock Purdy-ish. I've said he's like Jaden Daniels without speed, without athleticism. Like you look at Jaden Daniels does not have a great arm. Like we saw that Hail Mary against the Bears. Sorry, Bernie. It didn't come close to the end zone. It had to be tipped up by a defender and go volleyball style. But what they both do is they're very accurate in the intermediate. They're good under pressure.
I saw it too. Yeah.
Wow.
I'll wait for it to pop up.
Oh,
Yep.
there it is.
Travion Henderson lands with the Patriots. Wow. I mean,
But I haven't drafted Ramondre.
yeah, I haven't drafted. I haven't
Ramondre
drafted
for
much
me.
Ramondre. I was taking a lot of Antonio Gibson late, like with Drake May stack. So I'll go up the board. Steve, what do you think about this?
I mean, I thought they'd add a running back at some point. I just thought it would be after receiver, after maybe another offensive lineman. I wonder if they'll try and keep Ramondre or get rid of him and keep Henderson.
Ramondre, right? I don't want Henderson for more than 15 to 18 carries a day. Not in that division. He'll break down.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, but I think it's just a value pick. It's similar to the Hampton for the Chargers. Like we can't pass it up.
Right.
And if any team that needs guys that can make plays with the ball, it's the Patriots.
Yeah.
Right.
And what I will say, Henderson's also a great pass blocker. This is a way to help May in a lot of ways.
That's true.
Yeah.
Eric, how are you feeling about this?
It's cool because Ramondre, Gibson, not too much competition, but
right.
It's not like my favorite. The Patriots still are like in this rebuild. Like I don't think the Patriots are scoring like a ton of points this season or anything.
The line is still pretty bad. I know they addressed it, but it's not. It's not like going to New Orleans,
right? Yeah. I think they didn't need a running back there. Honestly, I think you need another weapon for Drake May, or you need an O-line to protect him. I mean, Henderson's good pass pro though. I'm pretty sure, right?
Right.
Yeah, like really good pass pro. Like
that's cool. Yeah, I mean that's cool, but. I don't know. I think it's just Vrabel.
Yeah, I'm shocked it's not receiver.
If I was them,
I like the landing spot, to be honest, because you look at like this is kind of what I've talked about with Ramondre in the best ball streets. It's like he's almost been quit on by like 2 different coaching staffs. So it's like it's like we get the notification like 2 hours before noon, and it's like Ramondre is getting benched because he fumbled and he sucks. And like all this, and then
he wasn't benched.
And then he wasn't benched. But like they're like those aren't great things to hear. Vrabel comes in. He like Travion's like he just feels like a team first guy, great pass pro, reliable, not like doesn't put the ball on the ground. Like he just feels like a guy who can come in and is going to win the trust of this coaching staff a lot more than like Ramondre has to prove himself to a new coaching staff. Like in a way, he's a rookie, he's older, and he's not as explosive as Travion. So I like the landing spot for Travion. Like you said, I don't think he's going to get, he doesn't have that 25 carry upside, really, maybe like a couple games of the season, maybe. But he's explosive. It's kind of just like it's the Gibbs-esque type of role.
Yeah.
It's what I envision for him. If Ramondre wants to bang his head in between the tackles for 8 carries, 10 carries a game, so be it. Give Travion the fun stuff.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. I'm shocked it's not receiver, but I definitely agree with all that. Spread, what do you think?
And not my favorite landing spot, but I think it's a good pickup for the Patriots because, like I said, I mean, was there a less explosive group of weapons in the league last year?
No.
Well, anything they can do to get some juice on offense. I think that defense is going to be turned around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Vrabel did pretty well with, about the same amount of talent in Tennessee. So we expect that defense to be solid. Just give us a little bit of juice on offense. Yeah. And I think the Patriots are sneaky to make the playoffs because I think Miami's going to suck.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And I know you're a Jets fan. I'm sorry.
Don't you dare.
I'll take
I don't
Justin
really
Fields
know what the
over the
difference is
Patriots
this
right now,
year.
so.
I mean, they just consistently they're going to have a great defense and they're going to look great on paper. But I just so worry about the one position that matters the most. So
yeah, and when these new coaching staffs came in, we see it with the Komet last night. Like they don't, they're going to do what they want to do. So, Bernie, what do you think, and what are you hoping for right here now that a couple of the big running backs went off the board?
I mean, I don't know if they're going to go
Caleb
Johnson here.
Right.
Definitely don't think Burton. I'm thinking they probably go edge.
Who is the Broncos running?
Antoine Randall L is like going crazy on the freaking broadcast right now. I think that was Antoine Randall L, who's the receivers coach.
Oh, okay.
So that would probably mean Luther Burton.
Yeah. I didn't see the pick. I'm just saying what I
Barrett,
thought.
yeah.
would they take another receiver?
No.
That would not be good.
After like the whole summer of smart things.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
I mean, with Ben Johnson, I mean, it's a new coaching staff. Like, you guys
we just
right now,
yeah,
the third
same.
wide receiver is Olamide Zaccheaus, so it's not like there is a need.
Yeah, but how many tight end sets are you going to run?
A lot.
Hey, why don't you go 3 tight end sets? Take Taylor.
Dude, Loveland and Luther Burton is diabolical.
Yeah, like I said, I could see edge here. We have another pick and 2 picks, so like I don't know
true.
I don't know if this pick is that sexy. But we'll see. I mean, if Randall L's going nuts, I'll
help the guy we've never heard of that's going to either play good defense or block, right? Because I don't think the Bears need more weapons.
All right, got to say hi to our guy Al Boogie. Always good to see you in chat. Our guy Tim D, who says Meg reads Skattebo and loses train of thought.
It is.
Is it?
Yep.
I just saw it on TV. My bad.
It's fine.
Wow.
About spoiling.
Wow. A lot of my best ball shares are not feeling as comfortable right now.
You're telling me that's a terrible landing spot.
I mean, great for Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams to the moon.
Yeah.
It's kind of been that trend, right? I mean, other than like
nail this 3rd round pick that we picked up because there's a lot of players going off the board that I wanted on the Raiders.
Well, I don't think any of these
receivers. Luther Burton is just like DJ Moore. Like, what?
Yeah, they're very similar. In fact,
I was going to say that's who you comped him to, right, Steve? Yeah. DJ Moore, pretty much the whole process.
Eric, who'd you comp Luther Burton to?
Well, Keenan was never coming back.
He's Jamar Chase Light, aka DJ Moore.
Anyways, but
yeah. Cody says, excellent for the Burden faders. This guy.
Lucky you.
Oh, yeah. I was not a Burden fader. Oh,
yeah,
that
definitely not back now.
Yeah.
I mean, all of these receivers, though, have gone kind of into crowds, right? Like Matthew Golden, Packers still have crowds there. Like
Buka, yeah.
With the Buccaneers. I mean, if Godwin's not back ready for week 1, I mean, I guess that boosts him a little bit. But he's going to play a role.
You can either have 4 good wide receivers or 0. I mean, like, what's going on?
And then, when do Patriots come back up? Because, I mean, they desperately. Oh, okay. I didn't know if they had another second.
I think they have 2/3, I believe.
Okay.
I will say Luther Burton in the slot for this team is like it's such a he's just going to dominate like those over the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Johnson.
Like, they're just
about it.
I'm low key bullish on this because it's Ben Johnson's new offense.
I mean, Caleb should be going like freaking.
That's what I said. Like Caleb to the moon.
Caleb is getting his nails done right now for sure. Dude is getting his stuff worked on.
Baker Mayfield was a top 5 quarterback. I don't see why Caleb can't be.
100%.
Yep.
Well,
no excuses for
Jared
Caleb.
Goff was the 9th highest score player.
I see why.
Total
Like
extra.
all these wide receivers went
Yeah.
to crowded spots, but they're also all like on good teams.
Good
Right.
teams. That's
Right.
that's the
It's pretty
key.
interesting.
Well,
I go
would you
against
rather have a
Chicago.
receiver on a good team or Tet McMillan?
Right.
Did I
I-
miss that? Did Chicago become a good team?
Higgins was a
I
good
like
spot.
I like Tet, but
No,
he's
Higgins
obviously
wasn't.
right.
Higgins was a great spot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ted to
Higgins is-
me
Higgins is
strikes me as
decent.
someone I'm going to have like 6 to 8%. I'm not going to go crazy on.
Really? I love the landing spot for McMillan. Are you just thinking that he's going to just move up the board too high?
I'm
Yeah.
just a Bryce doubter, like historically. Like
I
the
don't like
guy's
that.
never even had like 300 yards in a game. I know he's never really had weapons, but I watched him just get outright benched his sophomore season for Andy Dalton too. So and then everyone's like, oh, he's amazing when he
That
came
was the
back last
Dante
year.
Johnson Hall of Fame game. We needed that.
The benching ended up being great coaching though, because he was considered to be the worst quarterback
Yeah.
pick of all time, and then he came back
Yeah.
and he was respectable. So
He,
I
He
think
was.
he showed
I
off
just
his
think it's
rushing
like an
upside.
end of the season. He's playing teams that have nothing to play for. Like he
Hey now, hey
also
now.
has nothing to
it's the
lose. Like
NFL, it's not the NBA. These guys all want to put good tape out there.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
understand,
say
I
you got
understand.
to tell that to
But
Joe
I
Milton. I mean,
think-
that dude is dog
He
in
played
week
well against
week
Kansas
18.
City.
I think he's kind of honestly, I think he's kind of a choke artist. And when he starts on a team that's 0-0 that could be good, I think he's going to feel the pressure compared to a team that's like 4-10 and they don't care. Like, he's
I
just
mean, the
gonna
good thing about
fall
fantasy,
out.
right, is that yards still count when you're down 35-10.
Yeah, but he's never even had more than 300 yards, like
Yeah, that's
ever.
true.
That's just not true.
That's just-
Please look it up. Please. show
Look,
me.
I'll bet you $5,000.
No, you don't need to bet me money. He's done it like one time. Like it was like
Well,
week
Oh, it's
18.
moving up.
It was like week 18. He did it one time, but no, it's never come when you needed it.
I'm pretty sure he put up 300 on the Packers.
Go
I,
look it up.
I do like Jeff T's comment about
I was
Yeah.
the receivers about Bears and Bucks. I was just going to ask your guys' thoughts on this particular comment. By the way, great comments in chat. We appreciate you all being there. Keep them coming. But Jeff T says wide receivers on Bears and Bucks will be
Oh,
overvalued.
no.
They will have spike weeks, but more sporadic and in a crowded room. It is hard for them to all get there or pay off value. It'll be interesting to see the total prices. But how do you see yourself handling the Bucks and Bears receiver room, Steve, to start? And then I'll go up.
Yeah, so I think it's we saw this last year where the Texans were just overvalued, 3 in the top 50, but other teams had it more spread out, and as long as it's not too crazy, it can still work. But they do need to have the right value, otherwise you're just paying too much for guys who maybe only hit your lineup 5 weeks.
We can't pay T. Higgins prices for Roma Dunze. That can't happen now. Like
Dunze should fall a little bit. DJ Moore maybe slightly. And Burton will fall.
Lucas should be.
Yeah, this pick
Is this pick real that I'm reading?
Oh,
Yeah,
No,
baby.
I
it's
think-
insane.
Oh, baby, dude.
We booked the honeymoon suite. Excuse me, but we booked the honeymoon suite. My mom booked it.
Wow.
There it is.
Oh,
Yeah, there it is. Wow.
And Milrow.
That's crazy.
Wow.
25-year-old stand up. That's me, baby. Let's go. 25-year-olds are back.
Yes.
Let's go.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Dude, I need to talk to a Saints fan right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. That's
Wow.
exciting.
Everyone
That is
call
great.
your nearest Saints fan. Check
Derek
check
Carr
Check in
Jr.
on him,
over
yeah.
here.
I
I'll
mean,
also like
What do you
to
call
add,
it?
just to cover my ass, that I'm open to changing my mind about the Panthers. But
I don't think.
Just
Yeah,
to
I,
throw that
I
out.
just
Oh
don't like
my
Ted.
gosh.
Like Ted, it was reported like Jed Fish was the coach in Arizona. He left. After he left, it sounded like it was the Ted show. Like if Ted didn't want to do a drill, he didn't do the drill.
Nice.
If there were scout, he only practiced hard when scouts showed up, allegedly, and like just some of the tape were like he put up good stats on an awful team at Arizona. He played the high school quarterback. The dude targeted him like 90, just threw to 10. That's all he did. So I
You
just
go
I
to a
think,
Catholic high school
I
as
don't
well.
know.
They did also lose their other receiver in Cowing, so that offense took a big hit. And then Corey Myers, he gets suspended or he ineligible to play. So that team went down bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bad pick.
wow,
I don't
That's
like
wild.
it.
crazy, dude.
I mean,
Where?
I mean, there was definitely
Hold on.
rumors of
Rick Cosell loves
I would have
shooting.
just taken Quinn Ewers like 2 rounds later just for the vibes.
Bills are on the clock
I
right now.
feel like
Bills
it's
are
a
on the
better
clock.
pick.
Bills traded up.
Bills?
Yeah, Bills traded. Yep.
Oh,
Bills on the
wow.
clock.
Ooh, who would that be? Noel, maybe?
No, they got Shakir. That's like the same player.
Oh, I thought Noah was like a burner. Maybe I'm so wrong.
He is, but he's a bit more of a slot out of the
Jalen-
slot.
Oh, okay.
Jalen Noel.
I think.
Ooh, Jack
I mean,
back.
Bills. I could see them
Okay.
continue to go defense. I don't know if somebody already saw what
Yeah,
they
who
did. but
Hames said Trey almost.
Yeah, it
That's
probably is.
quarterback.
Probably nothing
Yeah.
sexy at all.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think they
right.
probably continue to go defense.
How does he
yeah.
know? The pick isn't even in yet. Is it that early ahead?
A lot of people didn't.
Shoe
Two
start.
wings might just be guessing.
If I was gonna say,
I
if
see
it
the
is
Bills on the
Trey
bottom.
Amos, wasn't he mocked in a lot of mocks round 1? So maybe it's like
Late round 1, early round 2. Yeah,
Okay.
Will
or
Johnson's
maybe
still there
they
too.
Will Johnson. Will Johnson fits there.
Yeah, who
What
Hames
is-
is guessing.
What is? Do the Bills play more zone? Because Will Johnson's a zone guy. He's not
They
a
play,
man guy.
they play more zone. Yeah,
Yeah, so that would be perfect for them if it was Will Johnson.
yeah.
Hey Steve,
So-
do you think Shoe's good enough to start right off the bat? Derek Carr and
I mean, if Carr's not playing, sure. You know,
they
if
don't
you're
seem to
going
be getting
against
along.
Spencer
I
Rattler,
think they're moving on from him no matter what. I mean, how Shoe Rattler? Who starts there?
I'll take Tyler Shuck.
Oh, the Bears got another second. The Bears got 2 seconds and a fourth.
I'm into
Oh,
that.
wow.
I'm
Second,
into
third,
that.
so that's a
There
great.
we
That's a
go.
good trade for the Bears.
I'm
Yeah.
into
So they got both of the Bills' second rounders.
Yeah, they got both
Oh,
the Bills
wow.
second rounders. Yeah.
That's a damn good
Wow,
trade for the Bills.
That's
or for the
great.
Bears.
Yeah, it's great for the Bears. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should
All right, gents,
Anti-finance.
baby, come on. What are we doing here? No spoilers, no more. I read that
Yeah.
Shug pick like 2 minutes before I saw it.
Yeah.
I'll turn the chat off. I'll just turn that off there.
Don't do it. I got the
Um,
TV. The TV's like 5 seconds ahead of the
Cody
screen.
asked a good question. For real, does this mean Olave falls?
Dude,
I wasn't
pick
really
Olave?
taking him much with the injury.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say
Dude,
big time.
I just removed him
me
from my
crazy.
board. He's not
you're
there.
crazy.
Call me
You're-
crazy.
Whatever you're about to say is crazy.
Like from what I've heard on Tyler Shuck, like I don't think he's like that bad.
Oh, okay.
He's not.
Oh, he looked-
What I worry about is when he gets under
Well,
pressure.
The drawback is he's getting.
I would have taken Will Howard over him. I mean, I don't
Whatever you
understand.
get as him as a rookie, that's what he is. But he
Yeah.
might be able to. That's why I was asking Steve. He might be able to come in and he's probably got more experience than Rattler, right? I mean,
You would say
college
so.
experience,
You would
actually.
say so.
It's a tough situation. There's a lot to like with Tyler Shuck. He's actually more athletic than you think. He ran a 4.6 combine.
Yeah.
You know, he's got a decent deep ball. I just worry when he gets under pressure, he makes bad decisions.
Hmm.
And you know, granted, they bolstered the offensive line yesterday, but it's just a different. You know, NFL is just such a different game, and pressure can break quarterbacks so quickly. And he's just got no time to learn. You know,
Riley Leonard can run. Anyone can run.
yeah, like a 22-year-old guy, you know, take some time, let him develop, but there's just no time to develop a guy like him. So
I am out on Riley Leonard. Out.
Cody agrees
Well,
with
he's not
Bruni.
gonna
Will
get
Howard
drafted.
is his guy. It will be interesting to see what the Steelers do. They
Everyone's
only have a third round tonight, I believe. We got Bindles in chat. Good to see you.
or Shuck.
I think I'm gonna be a Shuck apologist this season. I'm serious. I think I might.
I think he's better than Rattler. I really do. So
I think he's a fine pick. Like look at like he had a
That might be
really
a
good
good
year at
situation.
Louisville.
yeah,
He had a really good year at Louisville on a
He
team
did.
that like they had a couple NFL guys that might go like 6th round receiver guys, but like I
Yeah.
thought he was pretty good. That team was pretty good too. Kind of there, like in the
yeah. I actually like Ja'Cory Brooks. So the two Alabama receivers that transferred, I like him over
Yeah.
Bond in some ways.
Okay, yeah. I think Shuck is fine.
Shook might. I mean, I don't think we draft him at all, man. He might be worth the pick now. They've. I asked Steve about Banks after my little breakdown, but boy, it seems like a pretty good situation. You're in a dome. It's one of the crappiest divisions. You're not going to have competition on defense. Steve, what did you think about Banks? Because I looked into him a little more when the Raiders kept getting mocked to him. And I read some scouts that didn't like his tape because they said he takes plays off and they didn't see the aggressiveness that they like to see in a college offensive lineman. What do you think of Banks, and do you think he'll translate to the NFL?
I think he'll translate fine, and at worst, he kicks into guard like a Brandon Scherf type guy. I really like Kelvin Banks. I thought he was going to go top 12. Probably, I thought 49ers is where I had him going. But yeah, I think the Saints got a really solid pick. I think he's an instant starter. No,
And they just hit their line pick last year with Fuala. Excuse me if I got the name wrong, but
Yeah.
a kid went for Oregon State, right? He's a second-year
Mhm.
player.
yeah.
I mean, if I'm a young quarterback, I'm coming in. I got my 2 tackles already. They're the same age as me. And interior linemen can be had in the free agent market. They don't break the bank. Seems like a pretty good situation. You got the veteran in Kamara, Olave potentially. I mean, we all thought the Tua would his career would be over with concussions, right? And he ended up making it. So maybe Olave can take a jiu-jitsu class and he can have a long productive career too.
Yeah, I mean, Olave, I wouldn't make the long-term bet on him, but this year maybe he'd be okay. We'll see. This Saints situation is going to be one to watch this whole offseason. If there's no other competition, then we should be drafting some Tyler Shuck. I mean, there's no question. 18th round.
Yeah, it sounds like things are pretty bad between Carr and Loomis.
Yeah, that does not sound good.
Which is crazy
you can get him and Brandon Cooks round 17, 18. Bada bing.
Yeah, there we go. Brandon Cooks,
Juwan Johnson shug back.
Yeah.
There you go.
No,
Back
Juwan
stacks,
Johnson's
late
going
stack.
around 15,
That's
round
a-
16.
The dream landing spot for Shador has to be the Cowboys, right? Just from
I
a
was gonna
fun
say-
chaos perspective.
Mike
I
Robbins
think
that.
absolutely.
Oh, I didn't see that. I was
I
like,
would want to go to the
please,
Rams.
just
If
go
Actually.
past
Shador
the
gets
Jets.
drafted to the Cowboys, the ESPN stock would just shoot up by like 5% instantly.
I was really hoping Milrow was a Saint. That would have been the perfect best ball spot for him. For the people
That would have been the
Milrow,
perfect best ball
that
spot.
would have been
That
the
would've
spot. Where now it's like I don't know what spot he goes. Like Cleveland's like the only other like this guy could
Steelers.
start week 1. Steelers too. So like those are the only 2 spots left where it's like if a quarterback goes there, you're excited about the best ball shares you had pre-draft.
Yeah.
Right.
Jets
I
are
mean,
taking their time.
Yeah.
his
I was
name.
gonna say, do you have a fan pick
Just
here
not,
that you're
not
hoping?
one of these quarterbacks.
Not one of the quarterbacks. Yeah.
Anything. No, I'm
He's
getting
got
scared.
too much fields to risk it on one of these QBs.
I don't like Shador either. So I mean, Milrow, I get that actually makes some sense. Like,
Yeah, he'd be the perfect backup.
yeah.
You're gonna
Right.
you're gonna come in tomorrow's stream with a watch on. You're gonna flex on the camera if they have.
Don't look at the chat. I think
we're not looking at the
unless
chat.
I'm definitely not looking at the chat.
I'm
Okay.
turning. This
Yeah, I'm
off.
ignoring the chat.
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
love
oh,
you,
I like
chat.
this.
We
Mel
love you,
is
but
saying
it,
we
I love
wide
that, but
receiver.
I don't want.
I don't care
to
about
spoil it.
spoilers. It's not like this is some highlight dunk.
Harold Fannin Jr. Come on down.
Oh, Bills came up for TJ Sanders. Okay.
yeah. So it's TJ Sanders
Yeah.
to the Bills, and
Oh God, this is.
You think he's worth
This is
trading up for,
nerve-wracking.
Steve?
I mean, he probably is the next defense tackle with the Lions taking the Ohio State guy. I thought he was kind of more of a second round guy. Lions just took him in the first round. So yeah, I mean, Sanders is fun to watch for sure. And they need to bolster their defense.
With forward draft capital, because when you're a team as good as they are, it's a lot harder to make the team. So
Yeah.
I need 10 draft picks because I don't know if I have 10 spots that are available.
No, that's fair. And clearly they have a high grade on them. I mean, it's a lot to give up, but I think the Bears are just fine taking it to the bank.
If you're Las Vegas or Carolina or Jacksonville, you probably need those picks, Cleveland. But for the better teams, I don't mind trading up, even if the trade machine says no.
Yeah, get your
Right.
guy. You know,
yeah,
I mean, look, the Eagles are saying they're trying to go up to like 21, 22 to get Jahad Campbell.
right.
They wanted him so much. So
Yeah.
Huhaim said he's not saying anything; he's just guessing.
Appreciate you, Who Hames. Appreciate you.
Unreal Who Hames.
5-minute ban.
But
for
yeah,
every
I will
week-
say
week
there's a
pick.
follow up to this. though.
Mute. I agree. I mean, I could honestly see Sanders going to the Cowboys, Colts, or Rams. Stafford, obviously.
Rams, I actually said,
Why not?
Meg and I talked before the show, and I said, Rams, they trade back, get the extra picks for next year, and get a young quarterback behind Stafford. It makes a lot of sense.
I think
to
it
me.
makes sense for Sanders being in a good
Yeah.
system. I mean, look,
That would be-
McVay really was the one that sparked the light for Baker Mayfield. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's
And
where it
that's
all
the-
started for him.
And that's that same prototype, like very good processor, gets the ball out on
Mhm.
time. Like Baker doesn't have a rocket arm. He never had a rocket arm. That's why everyone
Yep.
was shocked that he went 1 overall. So it's like that's like the perfect McVay QB where it's like I can
Yeah.
make this guy like I can get the absolute most out of this guy, like kind of like a Brock
Yeah, I mean,
Purdy type of deal.
McVay's
Hey, boy,
their quarterback was Kirk Cousins.
For my argument that arm strength isn't the be all end all of NFL quarterbacks, I think Baker Mayfield's done just fine. And
yeah.
if
Oh yeah,
Sanders ended up having a Baker Mayfield like career, you'd be happy with that draft pick.
Top 10 2 years ago, top 5 last year. I mean, look at Jared Goff. Like even with the Rams under Sean McVay, first couple of years, I know things soured. I mean, he said he was going to pipe his girlfriend. Things happened. But-
Yeah.
No, you saw that at some point where the,
Yeah.
the text where Jared Goff said, "I would pipe Sean's girl." You said that.
And
You sent that.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was awesome. It was
Out
like one of the
loud?
greatest texts ever
Yes.
sent in
It wasn't like in a little thought bubble.
No.
No, it was just sent to a group text.
And Jared, and that's saying something because Jared Goff's girlfriend or wife or
Pretty solid.
yeah,
Gets by.
she's talented.
Gets by. Yeah.
Being a
Gets by.
Rams quarterback as well. Did you remember when Kelly Stafford or whatever told?
Oh yeah, she was on a
Oh,
podcast.
yeah,
and
I don't
said,
remember
yeah.
anything that Kelly Stafford
The
said.
Kelly, the Kelly Stafford stock has been going down for a couple of years.
Way down.
Yeah.
Since that moment she mentioned that backup QB situation, like
Yeah,
you lost.
and then she called like the Lions fans trash at a playoff game or something
Yeah.
like that.
She
Too, I
did?
think. Like, yeah,
Bro, she has her own podcast now. It's
Yeah,
out
she
of
does
hand.
have her own podcast.
It's out of hand. Like you,
Yeah.
like get out of here. You are not a Kelsey. Stop it. Stop it.
Stop it.
Oh, here we go.
Well,
Here we
who
go,
names
Eric.
did call it.
Yes.
Mason
Who, I was gonna say,
Taylor.
let's give who
Yes.
let's give who Hames his credit here. Who Hames did call it and predicted. So
Turn his TV off.
Oh, I would
while he
love to
was
see
guessing,
Steve
it was
Stevens
as
go
Cody
fight.
said, it's a great guess.
Mason Taylor looks like he collects Pokemon cards.
BBG, or excuse me, Eric, what do you think about this? Are you pumped?
Yeah, I'm pumped.
Yeah.
Well, here, Steve, maybe you can help me out. Mason Taylor is someone that can, pick up a block for us.
He is. He's young. He's only 20, but he started in the SEC as a freshman. Got on the field with these guys like Neighbor. Got targets, earned targets when Neighbors, BTJ, everyone else was there. I'm a big fan. He got better every year. He still needs to work and probably bulk up a little bit more to be a good blocker, but he's got the size, he's got the frame, he's good. He's a good intermediate receiver. No, I really like him. He has the ability to be complete tight end.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
Cody and Who Hames are both calling their shots in chat. I like it. Love to see it.
Mhm.
No, I know you were high on Taylor, Steve. I definitely was drafting him, especially
Well,
towards
and,
the end. So I like
you
that
know,
one. Spot.
His dad is all pro Jason Taylor. His uncle is Zach Thomas. Like who knows? Who knows what it takes to get done.
Noted podcaster Joy Taylor. When you were bringing that up, Megan, did you hear her podcast yesterday? Unbelievable.
No,
What'd you say? She's
I'll
always
just
talking
leave
crazy.
that up. Well, it's not going to where we want to talk about on this Fenley.
I got a 14.6%
I
Mason
just
Taylor. I'm
freaked
good with
out.
that.
Yeah, I got about that. I got
It
around.
said
15.
Niners picked Michael Williams, but I for some my brain just read it as Kyle Williams. I was like, wait, what the?
Michael was their first round pick.
No, I know, but
Yeah, okay,
just on
yeah,
the
yeah.
screen it just said
Gotcha.
Niners.
So,
Michael
Steve, I
Williams.
thought that Walker would go ahead of the guy from Georgia that the Niners picked. Were
Yeah.
you surprised
Right.
that
Jalen.
Williams went ahead of Walker, the both Georgia defensive
I
players?
think the problem with Walker is he's undersized, so not every team is going to fit him the same way. And 49ers, I think, wanted a guy like Michael who could play in every down, not have to move around. So I get why Michael, particularly to a team like the 49ers, but I was surprised Jalen Walker is still there at 15 for sure.
I mean, I kind of wanted him to the Raiders at 6. The only drawback I heard was with his size that he has to be scheme specific.
Yes, very scheme specific.
Like probably doesn't work in a 4-3. You probably rather have a 3-4 for him.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to be in nickel and a lot, but you just have to have the right kind of defensive mindset. Like, look, sometimes it works. Like we see this every year that some of these undersized defensive ends work out very well. But yeah, I think it was just very scheme specific for him.
All right. So 49ers go Alfred Collins.
Draft from Georgia. Sorry about that, Meg. I just wanted
no.
to point out that the Falcons, boy, why don't you just draft people from Georgia? And you'd probably be a lot better than you are now. I'm glad they
I was
found
gonna
me.
say, Tyler,
now.
we got the Falcons fan right under you. What do you think about it?
Decent quarterbacks, man. Leave them alone. What are you talking
Hey,
about?
now.
I mean, don't
They got a left
They
and a
got
righty
too many
quarterback.
quarterbacks and they know what to do with.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's funny though because here's the thing, because if Kirk needs to stay on the team for Terry Fontenot to save his job, because
Yeah.
He does.
because if Penix gets hurt and the Rams have a top 10 pick, then Terry Fontenot is gone. That's why Kirk is
That's what the practice squad is for.
Well, I'm saying if Penix gets hurt, at least they can throw in Kirk and not Easton Stick, who they just signed.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that.
Things I've ever thought of, but
You might think
They-
Riley Leonard's
they
better than you
Put
thought.
Kirk and Penix out there at the same time, but Penix is over on the left side of the field, left-handed, and Kirk's over on the right. And then
Only rollouts to the left with Penix. Only rollouts to the right.
This is
yeah,
how
and the center can decide who to snap it
4-hour
to.
stream.
I saw somebody. I don't know if you guys follow Dan Casey on Twitter. He's like, he always posts like fun plays. Like I'm a sicko, like play scheme guy. He just like posts like fun plays from like college and the NFL. He's like, somebody in the NFL needs to run a 2 QB system with Milrow. Like someone just needs to do it and just run a true 2 QB like every other drive. Here you go. Like someone needs to.
Cowboys went to the Super Bowl back in the 70s with that.
Did they really? Who?
They had Starbuck and Morton, who eventually went to Denver.
Okay. Okay.
I
Didn't
did
work for
forget we
too
still
long.
have Caleb Johnson on the board. I kind of forgot about him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was going to say, do you guys? That would be a fun pick here. Any last predictions before the Cowboys pick comes in?
I think
I
that's
hope he
awesome.
doesn't go there because I talked a lot of shit about Caleb Johnson.
I could see receiver. You know, that's something they talked about a lot. Probably more like an X type, like a Trey Harris, maybe.
Okay.
I can see that for sure.
I'd
Yeah.
be into that.
We got our guy Pat in the chat. He is 18% Mason
Nice.
Taylor. Yeah. And then
It isn't anymore. I'm all in on Mason Taylor for sure.
Yeah, I got
Dwayne's
14. I'm right there with you, Pat.
Fields delivering there. We're thinking that what he did with Komet is good enough to.
Yeah, I mean, you look, and it could be copy and paste. You know, with the Bears, Fields isn't going to prop up 3 receivers, but he propped up DJ Moore and Komet that year. So that we could run that right
Garrett
back here.
Wilson and Mason Taylor and just leave everyone else alone.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
Malachi Cole is not dead.
I like
might be.
to hear that.
He might be.
No,
he might.
no.
I mean,
He's not.
we brought back Lazard. You know,
He could be
like-
the starting slot right
Oh.
now. He's a slot guy. He
Don't
could be the
say-
starting
no,
slot.
we don't have to talk about Lazard.
I know, but like the truth of the matter is, Schneid always says this. He is like one of the best like blocking wide
Yeah.
receivers in the game. So
No, Matt Collins is number 1. Stop.
Mac,
Okay.
that's Lazard's right there. They do good jobs. You know, we
seems
saw
like the least thing I would care about for a wide receiver is how well he blocks. To be honest.
Well, unfortunately, the coordinators love it. It's
Yeah.
wild. It's a
Yeah.
big factor for them.
That is we for our high school football team. We have something called the blockchain. It's receivers. It's every level, sophomore, JV, senior. It's like a big like gold chain. It's fake, obviously, but it's like called the blockchain you wear around school. It's kind of like a badge of honor. In the,
It's like a jewelry.
It's jewelry. Yeah, the blockchain. It's like it had a couple meeting because one of the assistant receivers coaches is like a big crypto guy, so we always made fun of it, like the blockchain kind of thing. So
Okay. I like it. I thought you were saying it was like a drill, like a gauntlet type thing.
no. It's like it's a huge chain that's just like I put this guy in the dirt, like on this play.
Nice.
Like,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. And does the player get to pick the next player?
No, it's the coaches pick every week. Whoever has the best blocking performance gets the chain. Cowboys about to pick here. Here we go. I got to turn my phone around. I want to see anything.
it should be
We
coming
got
out soon.
Travis
Yeah,
Frederick here.
they're reading it right now. Travis Frederick, great center. It's Raku.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good pick for them. I'm glad it's not Caleb Johnson. Thank
Wow.
God.
I mean, he did slide. A lot of people had him like going in, late 20s. So that's a good value for the Cowboys.
It's a
Good
great
point by
value for the
Pat
Cowboys.
on Diggs. Diggs kind of is looking better and better here.
Oh,
Out here.
The Thanos chain guy was Shamar Stewart.
Our
and
story,
the
yeah.
Okay.
farmer was Gray Zabel.
Zabel.
Oh, great.
Zabel was the
Zabel.
one playing center with the guitar.
DSU, baby.
When I explained
Right.
all of this to my wife, probably about like 5 picks later, Matthew Golden came out with a chain, and she's like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god, you could buy so much with that." I'm like, "Yeah, a farm,
Yeah.
clearly."
Steve,
Like
what
these-
are your thoughts on Shamar Stewart? Real quick. I know it's a defensive thing.
I mean, athletic,
Great.
freak athlete, but never closed. Never
He's
closed
like
with you.
He's like the edge version of Golden because he's
Yeah.
like he's a 10 RAS score, great film, a lot of pressures. I think he had like 1 sack last year, and he
A
went
sack
like
and a half.
exactly.
In
So
his
it's
career,
like-
he's like 5.5 sacks.
yeah, he's like
Isn't
the
it
film guy.
argument for counting stats where like in the analytics his pass win rate is like off the charts and he gets to 0, so he doesn't ever get a sack.
I think he had a
Yeah.
lot of pressures, and a lot of hurries, stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but his pass win rate is really high.
Yeah. I mean, I think I understand why you just take him and think you can mold him. some people think they're going to trade Trey Hendrickson. I would not, because Hendrickson does know how to get to the quarterback. So I just have both of them out there for at least this year, and let him kind of develop. And hey, if he's pressuring the quarterback into Trey Hendrickson, that's better for you. Hendrickson could like have 25 sacks.
One of the worst defenses last year, and still had Hendrickson, who led the league in sacks. So I mean, they still needed help, clearly.
Coltsco offensive guy here.
I was going to say, any predictions for this?
Crowded. A bunch of mid receivers.
Yeah, they better not go receiver. They've so many.
Yeah, that would be
already.
brutal.
Running. Oh, JT's making the pick. What if it's Caleb?
I was going to say, I was like, what the hell?
That'd
It's
be
not a
funny.
running back. We know
We've
that.
seen that
If
before.
JT announced Caleb Johnson, that'd be the funniest thing ever.
Oh,
It'd make JT get up there and be like, "Oh, here, welcome to the room, brother."
Tyler, wait, I haven't talked to you. How did you feel about the Falcons trading back in?
I was going to kind of ask him that. Yeah, that's a good question.
Listen, the Colts are about to make their pick, and I'll do a 55-minute monologue.
Dude, I'm very impressed with the Jets right now, honestly. Like
Yeah.
We haven't done anything dumb. Like
Yeah, I mean,
it's-
hey,
You haven't
we're
done
watching.
much yet.
Oh, there we go.
It's a good pick.
That's a good pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
nice.
Okay.
All these good picks aren't offense. What
Wait,
happened?
Rams
to
traded up to this? Oh no, this was the Falcons pick. Okay.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So okay, we can do. I'll dive into it. I was talking with with Bruni backstage too. So here's the thing: if you see the 2026 first, and you're like, the Falcons got fleeced. Here's the thing: it's a fine trade if the Falcons make the playoffs. If they win the South, which shouldn't be that hard to do, which I've said it for the past 3 years and it hasn't happened, but it shouldn't be that hard to win the South, because
One would
if you
assume.
win the South, let's say the Falcons have the 22nd, 24th pick, somewhere in that range, right? So they would have basically swapped first with the Rams in theory, because I think we traded for at pick 27 or 26. So it's about that same
26.
range. Yeah, 26. So, and then we swapped a second and a third, because we got their third. We still have a third in this draft that we got from them. So we actually didn't even have a third round pick. That's kind of why I think they made the trade a little harder, because we didn't have a third. So now we have a third in this draft. So we swapped second and a third, and we gave up a seventh. So pretty much you kind of look at it, you swap first, you swap second and a third, and then we gave up a seventh. So I don't think it's that bad. Now the problem is, which is what I was alluding to earlier, if the Falcons suck and it's like a top 10 pick, Terry Fontenot's getting fired. It's an awful trade. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I'd like it too, because like I think James Pierce, even with the character concerns, last year's edge class was like very underwhelming. Like I think Latu was the first edge guy off the board at like 15 or 16 to the Colts. Then Turner went at in the 20s. I think that James Pierce might have been the first guy off the board. Like James Pierce probably doesn't fall to 26 in a lot of other classes. This edge class was just so stacked. So if they have conviction in the player, it sounds like they did their research. He had the best win rate last year of any guy, including Abdul Carter, in pass rush win rate. I can never say that word, win rate.
That's tough. The W
Yeah.
and the R.
So,
Yeah.
That's my take on it. Obviously, I'm going to ride for my team. Pass rush has been a problem since like I've been a fan of this franchise. So, yeah, rise up.
Yeah,
No, I think like you said, if they make the playoffs, go on a deep run, nobody and Pierce is a part of that, nobody's going to say anything.
Yeah.
But if they don't,
That's the
trouble.
thing. It's a very risky pick. It's like it's not the safest of trades.
and why I agree, like Pierce on the field is a talent. But will you get that consistently? That was the question.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, hopefully, I don't know. Like, I like Raheem. I think I like Raheem because he's a leader of men. So I feel like that's good. It'd be different as like an offensive coach kind of deal, But like Raheem's like I feel like the players coach. Leonard Floyd's a veteran that's in there. You got some other D-line veteran guys over there as well.
Yeah.
I hope we can get like Judon back for like really cheap. I think he's like still hanging out in Atlanta. He's still like hanging out with all the other Falcons players. So hopefully he's a Falcon again, even though he didn't do shit last year. If we gave up a third for him, but yeah. So
I wonder which teams do you guys think have done the worst so far in this draft? Like no one's really blundered it too bad, honestly.
Jacksonville.
They gave up a lot. They gave up a lot.
I love it. I love
But
it.
if Hunter really
Atlanta,
like if you
I don't
get a
think that was a good deal either. When
which
people
deal?
say you should trade back, I always say it's hard to find people.
How do you
because-
calculate that?
people are pissed at the Giants right now. People are like, why we trade up for
Really?
Dart? People are so on Twitter.
Oh,
like people are like,
I figured
I
Giants
love
fans
what
would
they
like
did.
that.
I
Yeah.
like Dart. I like Dart. I
Yeah.
think he's fun.
Do you?
I think here's the thing with Dart. I watched this Gruden thing. I love the Gruden series stuff is so like you can kind of get a good vibe for a player who
Mhm.
knows, like, because he puts them up on the whiteboard. He gives them plays
Mhm.
really fast. They're like, okay, we're gonna go out here and we're literally gonna do everything I just gave you, and most of them can get it right. It's like 3 audibles to remember. But Dart seemed like it was fine. It's just like it's funny, and I don't want to say like I'm a high school football coach. Like, I know what the fuck I'm talking about because I definitely do not. But it like the offense that like he was drawing up was like this is literally our fucking offense. It's RPO. It's a lot of shot plays. It's not a lot of full clock read progressions. It's a lot of one-sided.
Oh, I saw the
reads.
pick on accident.
Yeah, I saw it. It is
Oh, okay,
no
okay.
poker
Wow.
face. Okay, no poker face.
Yeah, Eric, shut up.
I'm sorry. I had double.
Well, go on about Dart. We don't care you saw the pick. I want to
Well, let me quickly say hi to Kick7555. Thank you very much. Great to everyone. Really enjoying it. We appreciate you. We'll be here all basketball season. So will a lot of everybody else on this panel. And check out PPR Tyler's channel. Check out Best Ball Guy's channel. Best Ball Guy will be on for the 3rd round. PPR Tyler, Steve will be joining there. So be sure to check that out too. We probably wrap up a little early. You guys can go over there. A lot of cross streaming here. We love it. And we appreciate you. So go ahead. Sorry. Now you can continue, whoever I interrupted.
No, we're good. I'm talking to
good,
Schneid right here, though. How can you love Kyle Williams to the Rams, but you hate Luther Burden to the Bears? Come on. I guess the price difference. Never mind.
Did you just spoil the pick?
Is
You just
this
spoil the
the
fucking
Jack
pick?
Best Cooper Cup 2.0?
Eric, did you just spoil the fucking pick?
No, I don't think so.
What?
If I'm reading
I haven't
all
seen
right.
it.
Dart, go back to why you like him because all I heard was that he did the same offense that you guys did on a group.
Oh, sorry. Okay, well, here's the thing with Dart. It's Dart and Shador are 2 completely different prospects. Dart has the tools. He has the traits. He has the rocket arm. He's a really good runner with the ball. The one thing that Gruden was giving a hard time on is he just doesn't go out of bounds. Like he's just gonna put his freaking he's gonna try and truck everybody, which is not smart. But he has all the traits that you want in a QB, and he throws a really good ball. It's just you can learn like the progression stuff, the read stuff. You can't learn arm talent. You either have it or you don't. So that's the thing.
I almost think I'm opposite here.
Well, is he going to start this year? I mean, I think that's the
tools.
question.
And they
How
can't
many
pass
games
it.
does Dart start?
Yeah, that's it. Don't rush him. Let him develop.
Steve, on Pat, you were on Pat's show earlier. You predicted like 8, right?
I think 8's the max. I don't think like the people who think Dart's just going to come in and start week 1. I don't think so. I mean, look, Drake May didn't start week 1. Like, why is Jackson Dart?
Yeah, Dable said he's
There's the pick,
starter.
finally. Dude, epic.
Okay. Yes. Terrence Ferguson. Yes. Terrence Ferguson, tight end. I know.
Oh.
He might have the dog in him, but the dog's getting parked on the bench.
I don't know. I can see Ferguson jumping Higbee pretty quick.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
no, I was still talking about Dart, but
okay. I was like, boy.
no, I still like Higbee for the fact that him and Stafford just have a connection. When he came back, he had an instant impact returning from injury. But I think this makes a lot of sense given that injury and their lack of depth there. It's an easy pick.
Yeah, and this was the guy that ran the fastest 40 at the combine for tight end. So
and that was the whole Loveland thing in round 1 is that Loveland was getting all this talk from everybody, and the Rams were a team that were like noteworthy. I think like 4 picks after the Bears that were really talking up they were going to take them, or the Chargers, which make a lot of sense.
Okay, Cody Ferguson is Cody's guy, so he likes it. Steve, I know you were on this getting more Ferguson at the end. Where do you think he goes in BBM?
Yeah, I think he definitely should. He's going like 20th round in big board. I think he should be. Well, we will have to see because there is a guy there, Higbee, but we will have to see. I mean, early on, I'd say he's probably 17th, 18th round, but if we start getting talk that he's going to be the guy, be the starter, then I think he's going to move up into the mid-teens. I don't think he's going to go too high, but I absolutely want a decent chunk of him because I just think there's even if early on Higbee's the guy, I could see Ferguson taking that job over.
Yeah,
that was giving my question, Steve. Is Higbee off the board now?
I probably won't be taking much of him unless we get like really good coach speak that he's going to be the guy.
The tight end 2 scenario for
maybe over on DK or drafters with 20 rounds, right? But I can't see in the underdog.
Yeah. Oh, great pick for the Cardinals right there. That's a great pick. That's a great pick.
Agreed.
Okay. Oh, Will Johnson. Yeah, huge fall just because of the injury. When did he get injured?
I don't know, week 5, week 6, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a speed concern there too.
Pro day
Okay.
too, with more durability concerns, right?
Yeah, he couldn't work out. He couldn't do a full pro day. So
He ran at his
So-
pro day though, didn't he? Run? He ran a
Like,
4.54.
he was a viable 18th round option if you had the stacks already.
Oh yeah, for Higbee, no, and like I said, like when Higbee is healthy, he was solid for them. I mean,
Houston just
obviously,
traded up with the Raiders.
wow, Raiders.
Oh wow,
are
Raiders
moving on
keep
back.
trading back.
Raiders are good. I'm calling it out. Raiders are taking Fedora, and they're just getting everyone else's pick in the meantime.
Yeah,
Why not?
yeah.
Let's do
You
it.
need
Yeah.
it, though.
I mean-
Like I said, when you
Should do
suck, take a lot of tracks at this. When you're
Yeah.
Buffalo,
Yeah.
you can afford to go get your guy.
Right,
Because
totally.
It's hard to make the Bills. It's not
Yeah, no,
hard
I
to
think-
make the Raiders.
No, you
mean,
got to be
keep
happy
their
as a
own
Raiders
like that.
fan to just keep
Yeah.
piling up those picks. I like it.
Yeah, because and we've talked about this before, and I love all these players on the board, and I think they're all going to be good, and we know that every year they're not, right? You remember Deion Jordan from the Dolphins? I mean, I thought he was
Oh yeah.
great, right? I
Yeah.
don't think he even made his second contract. So
right.
this draft is really hard. So I'd rather, it's like I'd rather have 10 lottery tickets than 5.
no, for sure.
Pick is in too. That was quick. They know who they want. They know who they want. A running back here could be kind of fun. Old ass Joe Mixon.
Yeah,
I'm still hoping for a good running back landing spot and a couple picks at 51.
Bengals too. Bengals is the one too where it's like, can we get some juice there?
Yeah,
Chase Brown.
They
Hey,
refuse. They just refuse.
Eric, your Chase Brown bags are looking great right now.
Dude, and a lot of this stuff is like kind of evident, right? Like the Cowboys bring in Miles Sanders, Javonte Williams. Like the Bengals re-sign Samaje Perine and they don't cut
That's
Zach Moss, even though they could have saved money. And I know people,
Don't
it's
say
just
that
like
about
the
Samaje
teams are
Perine.
they make these little subtle moves that show you they're not like gonna take players first round.
If
At least
they
it's
don't
like that.
take somebody like now or whatever, even later of like significance, I still think like Nick Chubb to the Bengals because why
Yes.
not? Like why
I got
not?
some Nick Chubb. I have an
Sure.
alarming amount of Nick Chubb, like more than you may think.
Alarming. What is an alarming amount?
Oh,
What number?
I think I got like 6 or 7.
I mean, Chase Brown was like amazing last year. I don't know.
Yeah,
what-
except for
Yeah.
when he was hurt, and then literally they had to like whisper to Khalil Herbert what the plays were. Like they had no.
well, that's a
buddy.
Khalil Herbert problem. Like,
That is
No,
Khalil
that,
Herbert
that
problem.
was a lack of depth problem, and they
Yeah.
signed Herbert off the streets. Like
Sure,
they
sure.
need the depth for sure.
I
But
love
there's
it.
like J.K. Dobbins could go there.
Well, all right. If
with
Chase Brown,
you know what I mean? Like
if it's
anything. Of that.
Nick Chubb and Chase Brown, like that sounds great for Chase Brown.
Oh yeah,
I
absolutely.
agree.
Absolutely.
I agree
Except for
for
when it
Chase
comes
Brown.
to being inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah,
Like,
So
only-
Cody, I
one
hope
thing
it's
they need Nick
not.
Chubb for. Just one.
I hope it's not Skattebo to the Bengals. I hope
That'd be
Skattebo gets like a
great.
little more.
Skattebo
No,
to the Bengals
Skattebo to the
is
Bengals
awesome.
is what you want, Meg. Yeah, that would be
That'd be
that's like
awesome.
I mean
want,
that's
I want more.
one
I
high
want
octane offense like the Bengals or the Commanders, right? Like somebody that's going to put up a lot of points and you're just falling in the end zone.
But I do agree. Chase Brown is like is going to have the massive role. I think Skattebo can do more than just
I
catch passes.
disagree. Like I love Chase Brown for what he is. I'm from Illinois. I love U of I. That's awesome. But like he had 30% of the touches from weeks 4 to 14 when healthy. You don't want that for your running back if you're a coordinator or play caller. Like it's just not going to work in this league.
yeah. No, they're bringing somebody in for sure.
I know.
agree.
I'm just saying for my Skattebo bags, I wanted some place where he can do more than just just a handful full. I don't know, Steve. What would be your ideal landing spot at
The
this point?
Bengals isn't terrible, but there are better. I mean, Denver in 2 picks is
Yes, Denver
Yeah,
would be.
Denver's good,
Oh my
yeah.
God. Denver would be elite. Bears
Too
when
soon
they.
for RJ Harvey to Denver.
I thought some of
Don't
those.
even say that. Don't even get my hopes up like that. You can't.
I mean, I know, like
Awesome.
me and Spread both said like JMC last year is the new CMC, right? You know, you
Yeah.
got
Oh,
Sean
yeah.
Payton.
Yeah, great
Like,
call
I
back,
mean,
right?
somebody's got to be able to do it, right? Somebody's got
I-
to be the next Alvin Kamara for.
I want
Sean Payton.
Skattebo to go next because my RB rankings have gone in order of the NFL draft right now. So I just want to,
Oh.
I want a victory lap Twitter.
Victory
really
lap
bad.
that. Victory
That's a,
lap.
brain,
Well,
that's a solid brain boner. That's nice.
Yeah, the Quinshon over Trey. That wasn't popular, but I wouldn't say it's like crazy to have ranked
Yeah.
that.
But you had Ollie
Oh.
Gordon 2023 as number one.
Okay, Ollie. Yeah, okay. That's an asterisk next to that. Ollie Gordon 2023 tape is the 3rd best running back in this class, but I also put his 2024 tape as the worst running back in this
I
class.
know.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just kidding.
That doesn't count.
Hey, Aldrich
a-
and I talking about some
I-
Estime hate. I will not stand for Audric Estime hate. Stop it.
Oh
No, he
he's-
loves it.
No,
he
no,
lo-
he's
he
got his
knows
bags
he
packed.
loves Estime. He's got his
That's
Estime
amazing.
bags
Awesome.
packed.
Okay, I was gonna say I love me some Estime.
I am out on
Uh,
Estime.
Yeah, he had like half a point per touch. Like if he can get up to like 200 touches, he's gonna have a decent like return for his ADP.
Cody
He's
is
already- yeah, he's
Cody is
already
definitely in on the estimate. I'm hoping we get a running back
he just
pick
needs
here
some
and a couple
touches.
picks for the Broncos.
That's like
but-
saying Namanya Bielitsa shoots 45% from three, but only shoots one a game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but if you're taking his props every night, you know what I mean? Like if you know the market,
Yeah, fair enough.
if you know when to take the pick. What the fuck?
Yeah, what are the Texans doing here?
They're on commercial, so they're probably the whole TV's got TV. You know, it's got to show the monster truck
Yeah.
commercial right now.
Denver picking Caleb would be awesome.
Dude,
That
so-
would
I
be-
was gonna say that would be awesome because I did take plenty of Caleb, so
Took a
I would
ton
be.
of
Are they a wide?
Yeah.
Caleb has to go to a zone team. He cannot go to like a gap scheme type of team. Like he is very.
Other than the
scheme
Steelers.
dependent. Steelers are
Yeah.
not they're not a zone team, are they?
They
I
ran more
think I heard
zone.
Matt
Okay,
Waldman
Arthur
said
Smith,
he'd be
okay.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Arthur Smith is going. I forget. Oh my god, Arthur
Yeah.
Smith. I'm just thinking like
Matt
now.
Waldman said that'd be a really good fit. So.
Just taking
The thing with Denver is Caleb, his one weakness is he's not great in the passing game. So that's where Skattebo would be a great fit for Denver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just do it all.
Oh, here we go. Okay, guys coming out. Who is this? Oh, is this our boy Cushing? Who
Freaking
is
Tyler Shug, dude. What?
Still look
this?
crazy.
Still talking about Shaq.
I
Oh,
mean, I
it's
just
Owen
see it.
Daniels.
We're getting the replays of him hugging everyone. It's just like, oh my god.
When I think
can't
of Owen
believe that.
Daniels, I think I'm catching that pass for the Broncos to send them to the Super Bowl against the Pats. Who remembers that? Owen
Oh,
Daniels?
yeah. I was like, for a second, I was like, who is that? And then I was,
Yeah.
I was like, thank you for that.
Let's go.
There you go.
I knew you'd be happy. I knew
Yeah,
you'd be happy, Tyler.
they need that so bad.
Let's go. That's a great pick.
You've been talking
That
about
was a
that
very
lineman,
good pick.
right?
That's a great pick. Yeah, you should look at. Hey, go turn on him versus Abdul Carter. Absolutely bitched.
He
Abdul
nominated
Carter.
Carter. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, they're showing it right
Does
now.
he
Let's
play
go.
left tackle? Will he take the Tunsil slot?
Yeah, he's left tackle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could play either tackle, but yeah, he's a left tackle.
Good to
He's
see you in
young.
your DQ. Yeah, people agree. Great pick by the Texans.
Nice.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
they needed that. That makes me feel better about
Higgins.
the skill guys. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it makes me feel better for Higgins and Collins.
Yeah.
Mixon, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yes,
All
we
right.
need
I mean,
CJ Stroud not to be pressured.
I know running back could be an option here for Bengals, but they just have to keep beefing up the defense, right? I mean,
I think defense, they could go interior offensive line, maybe, but
Oh,
probably
that's right.
defense. I mean, they Bruni said they had like the worst defense in the league, even with the best sack guy in the league. Like,
I hope
okay,
they
well,
take- I hope
Cody's
they
a
take
Bengals
five.
fan. He's calling Trey Amos.
I like the
or
Trey
hoping
Amos.
Trey.
Rebel.
He's hoping
Rebel.
Trey Amos.
Rebels
Trey
fans too.
Amos.
I like Revel.
yeah,
I hope they
Yeah.
take somebody Cody
Dude, I'm
hates.
loving the Stroud.
Well, that's like the
match
best
this
in
year.
the secondary available.
I agree. BBG Stroud, things
Yeah.
are looking up.
Yeah. Just
They signed some other O line guys. They signed two
Yeah.
guys from the Vikings. They signed Ed
Cam
O'Neill,
Robinson,
Ed O'Neill, and Cam Robinson. That's who it was. Where did Reisner end up?
I'd also like to say I
Not
heard
been signed
someone
yet.
say this and it
Is he
made a
not
lot of
signed yet?
sense to
He
me,
did.
but
Who the hell
when a
is
team
this?
has a really bad O line for the season and then they get rid of their O linemen, even though you expect them to be good players, like if it wasn't already good, like maybe changing it is actually like
Yeah, exactly.
somewhat golden
Sometimes
in a way.
it's a
There
new
we go.
coach, new landing spot. Just shake it up. So
Right, exactly. So
I agree.
super, yeah.
No, as a Bears fan, I wouldn't be excited for all those additions they made on the offensive line if we didn't have Ben Johnson. Like,
Yeah.
if they brought in like another coach that was, maybe like defensive minded, it still wouldn't feel as good as it does now.
Yeah.
There we go. Demetrius Knight.
Sure. Okay. All right.
For the Bengals?
Break it down, Steve. What do we got here?
Good off-ball linebacker. This is round, like him and Schlesinger were kind of like the next two after Jahad Campbell. They need that. What's his name? Pratt when it talked about demanding a trade. So they haven't traded him, but they definitely need the depth. And he very well could start. I actually expect him to start.
All right. I'm going to interrupt real quick just because I'm leaving, but I appreciate you, Meg, Steve, Spread, Bruni. Nice to meet you all. Tyler, you too, even.
Well, hopefully
Shut up.
plenty more streams together this summer, BBG. And
Absolutely.
I know, and you'll be starting here around what time?
Yeah, I'll be starting in probably like 5 minutes. But stay over here on FanSpeak. I'm gonna just kind of do some fantasy takes for all the offensive players, and maybe I'll try to say the team's beefed up their line or something and relate it to offensive as well. But
You need a ball knower over there?
yeah, Tyler, you can come whenever you want. And everyone has the link in this current video too. If you guys want to join, it's in the private chat here. And I'll be over there doing the third round and reviewing everything.
Yeah, I'll jump over in the third round.
Sounds great.
Sounds good. Good to see you, Eric.
But
Enjoy
I'd
the
love
rest.
to do a different one. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Take care, bud.
I'll stick
All
around
right.
for a little bit. I want to see him struggle with the next player off the board is Revel from Eastern Carolina. He's like, you know, this guy, man coverage, I guess.
All right. So Cody, Bengals fan, he does not look happy about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean,
Hey,
Knight,
his defense was good last year, though.
they were. I think this is probably a low high for Knight, and especially off-ball linebacker, not as big of a need. And
They got Logan Wilson. Is Pratt still there?
he is, but he demanded a trade, so maybe this leads
Oh.
to a trade. He hasn't been traded yet.
I feel like
Okay.
Logan Wilson took a hit this past year. No,
Did didn't he get hurt? I think he
There
was
you
up
go,
in-
Vaporware.
no, like in like overall production, like he just
Oh,
he took
yeah.
like a downturn.
I thought he had a season-ending injury, didn't he? Like,
I don't know if it's season ending.
halfway
but
through. I can't remember.
I think he
I'm
missed a little
locked
bit.
in on Logan Wilson.
Guys, I'm not
Broncos
gonna
here.
lie. I'm just praying for a running back here at 51 that I
If
drafted
this
a
is
lot
if
of.
this is
That's all I
Skattebo,
can think of.
if it's Skattebo, I'm taking to Twitter. Because I've gone on massive rants why Skattebo is a better player than Caleb Johnson, and there's a lot of people who have been calling me insane. So I would like some NFL draft capital validation for that. So we'll see.
Yeah,
Well-
we are big Skattebo fans here. So.
Yes,
I mean, I
yes.
was drafting plenty of Caleb Johnson too, but I am obsessed with Skattebo.
Well, that
I
was-
just
that
think
was-
he's going to be so fun to watch. And then,
Similar to what we were talking about the receivers before.
Oh, Panthers
Um,
on the clock. No Broncos.
oh,
Ooh.
damn
They
it.
traded up.
Wait,
is that
so
into the
Seattle
third
brings
round?
in
Peyton
Broncos
saw the
trade
Raiders
to-
getting those picks and said, "I need some picks of my
Yeah.
own."
What are the Panthers going to do here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Who's like who are the big names left? Shador?
Well, I would wonder, would they go
this would be
Arroyo
fun.
and upgrade the tight end?
Stop it!
Yes.
Stop it!
You don't like you're a big JT guy?
Love JT.
Love JT. Okay.
Love JT.
All right.
I took a ton of JT last year.
On a JT.
You know who I
Shane-
like? I like Gunnar Helm. I think Gunnar Helm's a fun
Yeah.
player.
He
they
led
can-
Texas
they can wait on
receiving. I mean,
Gunnar Helm's the man.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't
So-
know. I would hate moving.
I don't know.
up
My
for
guess is
Arroyo.
maybe Carolina's
Yeah.
probably going defense.
I mean, if
I was gonna say
anything,
they
you
need
could see the
defense.
Seahawks taking Arroyo.
I don't want to turn the stream into ESPN, but there's no way Shador falls to the
Turn into
third
ESPN.
round, right?
I don't
Dude,
think
Mel
so.
Kipe, I didn't watch the ESPN
At this
stream because-
point, it's pretty obvious that no teams want him, and
It's the Raiders are bust in this round.
I was gonna say, I think it's-
yeah.
I
It's
think
the
it's going to
Raiders
your
are
Raiders. It's
yeah,
just
look
when.
at the teams that are. I mean, everyone can trade up, but look at the teams that are picking next: Carolina,
Yeah.
Tennessee, Tampa Bay, Green Bay, Chargers,
Mhm.
Chicago, Denver, Vegas, Baltimore, Detroit, Washington, Chicago, KC, Philly. Like
It's
He's going to the
58.
Bears.
It is the
Yes.
next
Yeah.
chance. Yeah.
Jeez.
that would be insane if
Oh, that'd be
Shador fell to the third.
Oh, Caleb would bully him so much with his nails painted all the time. Oh, it would be-
Oh my
it would
god!
not be cool. It would not be cool to get bullied by the kid with his nails painted.
None of those teams even have old quarterbacks where it's like, oh, this could
No.
be the next guy. They all have
Nope.
young guys.
Yeah.
It's,
I mean,
the Raiders are bust.
Yeah, Ravens. Dion played for the Ravens at the end of his career. So, but I mean, who's their
Unless
backup?
someone trades up. Like if someone trades up, I
I
could
think
see it.
that's-
Yeah, there could be a trade up too.
The
Yeah.
board right now, the way it looks, it's the Raiders or nothing.
Yeah, I mean, what's crazy is Milrow got that first round invite. Obviously, and pretty much nobody thought that he was going round one, but a lot of people thought he'd be early day two. Oof.
Got to say hi to our guy Jamie really quick. He's jumping on a podcast
Jamie.
himself, and he says hi to PPR Tyler as well. So good to see you in here.
I would like Noel here for the Seahawks. That's a guess. I haven't
There
seen
it
any-
is, Arroyo.
Yeah, that
Oh.
was that made a lot
Oh,
more sense than
Good
than the
pick.
Panthers.
God,
Good.
thank God I wasn't drafting 25% Noah Fant again
Yeah,
this
I was
year.
gonna say like round 20 Noah fan is rest in peace.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
he, you know,
I
he's
love
he's
that.
really good for blocking though. Like his size,
Noah
like he's
Fant ran or what is it? He walked so Kyle Pitts could fly. I mean, Noah Fant was the original guy that just the measurables. You're like, how
Right.
is this guy not going to be an All-Pro?
Did he go
It's-
before
it's-
Hawkinson? I forgot. They
Yeah,
both
this
won the
guy
same round.
be
He
like
did go before Hawkinson, right?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mendez vibes, and I'm kind of into it.
No, I like Arroyo to the Seahawks.
I was going to say, talk about it, because Steve, because you had me later on going more Arroyo than Fannin, because you said he could get higher draft capital. Well, that happened, and good landing spot with the Seahawks.
No, I think absolute great landing spot with the Seahawks. Could be the third option very quickly behind JSN and Cup, and actually he's like a vertical threat. Like that's his game. That's his best strength, is his ability to go vertical.
Disrespect Jake Bobo like that. Jake Bobo carries in the red zone.
Yeah, the thing about it feels like Arroyo and Taylor were always kind of linked, especially like in the drafts, kind of even in like NFL like mock drafts. Like those are the two guys. Like after Loveland, after Warren, it's like those are the next two guys who are NFL teams gonna like more. And it's like it kind of the way I kind of saw it was like Taylor's more the safe guy. You know exactly what you're gonna get. And he's still young. And I think he can still be using some different ways. He wasn't used at LSU, more in like the vertical passing game, like we kind of saw from Arroyo Miami. But I think Arroyo's traits, like he's got the higher upside. He's a way better blocker than Taylor is. He's got like, I think McShay described it like he's got some like real fuck you in him. Like he can blow up. Like he can really I think I've sworn. Can we swear on this stream? I totally should have asked.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
I think I've swore like 95 times, so I should have asked after the first time. That's
Quarterback on the stage means we got to take a receiver.
Who's on stage? Who's it?
Oh no, that's Chuba Hubbard. Sorry, never mind.
It's a running back here. I swear to God.
Lineman, then.
Bruni, Ben, or Jamie asked, how are you feeling about your best ball targets right now?
Ask me in a couple of
That's a
days.
good pick. That's a good pick for the Panthers. That's a good pick.
Oh, good value. Very good value.
I was going to ask you, Steve, like what was going to be the biggest need on defense? They beat us to it.
Yeah. No, they need a edge, and I mean all defensive line they could use, but edge for sure. So
well, that makes. I mean, they need a defense help. So this makes
because I would typically mock them like Jalen Warren or Michael Williams in the first. So with them going with T-Mac, this is a good pickup.
It's funny because like Scorton and Shamar Stewart obviously played on A&M together, but Scorton like had way better production than Shamar, but Shamar goes higher because he's the traits guy. So it's always fun to like. It's like what this guy had how many stats compared to the guy that went top 12. It's just always crazy to see that kind of thing.
Scorton had as many sacks in this season than Stewart had his entire career.
Yeah,
I do.
There was some mocks to Washington in the round one. So
a lot of people, and it varied, but a lot of people thought he was kind of between pick 25 and 45, in that range. So you're definitely getting some value here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you pull up who chatted it real quick? Jeff, Kyle Williams to Tennessee would be fun because obviously the Washington State connection that they had. It's funny because Kyle Williams wasn't even that good when. He had an okay season, but like he was like his best season was last year, with not Cam Ward. So that's kind of interesting there.
Yeah, but I do think this makes sense. And honestly, when I did a mock, that's what I did. I had Tennessee trade back because you're not taking Kyle Williams at 35. But here you get the.
Do you know who not named Tyler Lockett? Do you know who the wide receiver 2 is for the Tennessee right now? I had to look it up.
Van Jefferson.
Van Jefferson. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
When I was doing the draft, I was like, who is the wide receiver 2 for the Titans? I don't know, we'll take him the 20th round. I'll take
Technically, they did sign Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, Pat mentioned Trey Harris. I have a ton of Trey Harris.
Any of those guys are good. Kyle Williams is just
I have too much Calvin Ridley to root for a wide receiver right here. So
I have a ton of Ridley too. There we go.
Ended up not going.
Okay. There's no chance I'm going to be able to pronounce this name, but what do you think about the pick, Steve?
Yeah, I mean, the weird thing, Scorton was kind of like the last guy from that top tier of edges. Then you have this huge range of guys, a couple guys from LSU, that Princely, no way I can pronounce his name, from Ole Miss.
Yeah, Ole Miss,
just a bunch of other guys who are like these second to third round guys. Yeah, it was like pick your poison. Like who do you like the most? So
real quick, the NFL Network just put up like you put like the 3 words up for like the prospects. For this guy, they just wrote juicy with an exclamation point.
I like somebody on Twitter I like someone on Twitter was joking around about how ESPN, I think it was ESPN always does it, like just does the most tragic stories
Yes,
of their
yeah,
family. And
yeah.
yeah, I don't know if they've done better about that this year, but they do. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously
Well,
the
they-
guy who was drafted by Pittsburgh truly had a
Yeah,
tragic
well,
story, but they
ESPN
do really feed in the tragic stories, which is, yeah.
ESPN stock is down after Mel Kiper could not stop talking about Shedeur Sanders. This is what I saw on Twitter. I saw like a 4-minute cut up of like,
Yeah,
just him.
I saw
Like,
that.
it was like Shamar Stewart got drafted. It's like, what does this mean for Shedeur? You know?
Yeah.
It's like Shadeur's about to turn into the how does this affect LeBron's legacy joke.
Yeah, like I could understand it, like when the Saints were picking or the Steelers are picking or something like that. But yeah, he was doing it on teams that were not taking the quarterback. And
Right, like Joe Burrow.
Yeah, like what are you doing?
The Bengals pick. We better talk about Shedeur Sanders. Guy arguably had an MVP season last year, but let's talk about Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, this does break fantasy managers' hearts because we did, we all saw the connection, or we're putting together the connection that he played. It was Washington State that Kyle Williams played with. Yeah. Okay.
Well, it's like PPR Tyler said, like they're number 2, whether you think it's Lockett or Van Jefferson, it ain't
Right.
good.
Right.
So,
and it would just have been
You
a
don't
good
think
one.
Lockett's good anymore? I think he's much better than Van Jefferson.
Oh, Lockett? Oh, yeah, I think Lockett's better than Van Jefferson
Bucket-
too.
I will say the Buccaneers have
Who
the
runs faster?
opportunity to do the funniest thing ever here and take a receiver.
That would not be funny. I'm already pissed.
Yeah, who Hames is on that?
I was
Yeah,
so
I-
high in
no.
Aguka. If
No,
he
no,
would have
no.
gone to like Carolina or New England or somewhere where he would have just got so many, Denver even to be the number 2.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
all these wide receiver needy teams like New England, and then embarrassment of riches teams like Bucks, and now Bears.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just still kind of head spinning on the because Burton was one of your favorite prospects,
Yeah,
Steve.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
my
think
head's
he's
still kind of
exciting.
spinning on that one too. It was last night in Buka, today Burton to the Bears. Those are crowded rooms. I understand you can stack it and it can ping pong weeks and all those good things, but that's just a lot of mouths to feed.
I
DeAndre
told
Swift can last another couple of picks here without a running back going in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
His 2025 might be turning around.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, Chicago and Denver both moved back prime landing spots to take a running back.
Hopefully we get because so have we just gotten the 2 Ohio State guys running back wise tonight
Yeah.
so far?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I
'Cause you
told
were-
BB. Oh, sorry. I told
yeah,
BB
yeah,
I would
sorry.
hop on his stream real quick. I'm hopping off all streams at 8 because the Wolves start at 8:30. I got some buddies coming over.
Nice.
Wolves and 5 for those
Okay.
basketball fans. Wolves and 5. Anthony Edwards is dropping at least 30 tonight. Is over 26 and a half.
Okay,
It's
so
a
we
great
should bet
prop to
that.
bet.
Okay.
26 and a half is a great prop to bet. It's the prop of the night. So thank you guys so much for having me on. I had a blast. So
Yeah,
thank you.
we had a blast having you. Definitely
meeting
again,
all you guys,
more
too.
cross
Thank you.
streams to come for
Yeah.
sure.
Yes.
Later, Tyler.
Pencil me
Thanks,
in for
Tyler.
Jeopardy. Pencil me in for Jeopardy. Please
Yes.
give me
Yes.
somebody I don't like round 1.
Fair enough. We'll make it.
We'll
We'll
get
make
it
it
figured
happen.
out. We'll get it figured out soon, I promise.
AKA best ball guy or Cody. See you guys later.
Later.
That's hysterical. I mean, I was thinking I hadn't even run this by you, Bernie, but I mean, Best Ball Jeopardy was just so much fun, and now like networking with these other guys, like it would just be so fun to do. Like
I like
kind of
I like
a
the idea of
tournament,
of like a tournament, like the
yeah, like
tournament.
a tournament. Yeah. So yeah, absolutely.
Or we could make it like what was that show on ESPN? What was his name?
Beat the Schwab.
Yes.
Yeah, but this will be
Stump
beat the
Schwab.
shout.
Yeah.
This will be beat the shout.
It was Stump the Schwab. So Stump
We're
the
gonna
Schwab.
put stump the shout. We're gonna put you on a pedestal, Steve. We're gonna put you on a pedestal.
Oh my.
That's too funny.
And if they beat you, they can like win some money for charity or something. You're good for it.
You're good for it. Yeah. Fourth place, Mr. Fourth place.
Tax deduction, you're fine, dude. Like it's gonna be good.
I like it. We got
man.
a fantasy football garage in here, aka Candyman, aka Chris. Good to see you. Thank you. Mike Robb wants to help you plan this if you need assistance, Bruni. If you need like a sidekick host, I guess Mike Robb's offering his services. So
We could use a chat MC. I mean, if you know somebody, let us know. Of course you can help Michael. Of course you can.
So jokes about Shedeur heading to the XFL. Bruni, he grew up
89
outside
picks.
of Rockford, been a Bears fan since 1984. I'm older than all of you.
I don't know
know
about
Not,
that.
not
bro.
necessarily
Older than Bruni, or older than Bruni by 5
older
years.
than
but
Bruni, but I don't know
Yeah.
that you're
I
older than the
shaved
rest of
today,
you.
so you can't see all the gray hair.
I believe it or not,
I'm due for
coming.
hair color touch up. So
Yeah, I knew that too. That's why I keep it short.
Oh my. Oh,
So-
Stephen and
Took a
Stephen
corner.
WC. He says nobody beats him on an age.
And even if they
Um,
did, he was a math teacher. I'm sure he could figure something out.
Yeah. All right, we got
Steve, what do you
Benjamin,
think of the
cornerback
corner?
Benjamin Morrison.
That's a good pick. He would have gone much higher if not for injury. Was a key part of Notre Dame early in the season, well, last season mainly. But his upside is high. If they're okay with his medicals, very similar to Will Johnson. If you're okay with the medicals, you're getting like a first-round talent. So
Nice.
I think that's big for the Bucks.
Very nice. Yeah, I'm getting excited here about the Bears and Broncos. I'm just like really, really wanting to see these other running backs landing
I
spots.
wonder if Chargers will go wide receiver.
That's a good
fallen. We had a couple early, but it's kind of some of these other guys.
So
have
who would be
fallen.
the top of the receiver
Is
board?
Jared Wilson off the board?
We got Trey Harris, Jalen Noel,
Kyle
Yeah.
Williams.
Edge
Kyle
is
Williams.
still available. Jalen Royals,
Yeah.
Williams, Jalen Lane. There's a lot of good wide receivers still on the board.
Yeah.
I would think that if I'm a wide receiver, I want to get drafted by Harbaugh. I think he's going to take the most advantage of my talent. And more importantly, he's not going to put me in situations where I fail.
I agree.
Which one of these receivers do you think will block the best at the NFL level? I mean, I think that's the question. No, I'm serious. Like
For Harbaugh, yeah.
Harbaugh?
That's
for
true.
Harbaugh, we just saw them like double down on
I
running
know
backs.
we make fun of it, but on some of those sweeps, that's the difference between the -2
No,
and +11.
No, it
Yeah.
makes
So-
sense. Don't get me wrong. Like it's a good way to build out the
Yeah.
team. Like right now, the Chargers are built like to take teams into deep water, like
Mhm.
dog you in the trenches. So
I've seen plays where wide receivers don't block and the corner makes the tackle on the running back on those
Yeah.
sweeps, and you're just looking, God, if he would have hit that block,
Yeah,
that's
Kyle Manor is the best blocker for sure.
then
Now
he would
he's
be the pick, but I don't think he's the pick to take
Who
right now.
is?
So
yeah, Kyle Manor.
Oh, Besh is another good call. Who Haynes? Besh is another one.
I like Besh there too, but I would prefer if he went somewhere with more passing upside like this. That's not the Chargers offense.
Yeah, what I will say is with them not taking a tight end in round one, like Conklin and Disley, these are below average tight ends. Could they get by with that room? Sure. But it's not like somebody's just eating targets. So outside of McConkey, we're talking Mike Williams, Quentin Johnson,
Keenan Allen when he signs.
Yeah, maybe. And maybe that is the Chargers' plan to bring in like Keenan Allen, but
We got our guy Andrew. What's up, fam? Heading home. He, I believe, was coaching his son's baseball team. I believe. So head coach. Yes.
I also think as the Chargers offense gets better, that's going to just give them more opportunities.
Yeah.
And it's their second year.
Well, I just think that everything is so built around the run game that these guys like, Quentin Johnston, like he looked like a viable receiver last year because he can be on the field for, play action, right? He can be used as someone to slip off of blocks and disguise or misguide the defense and potential play calling. And that's why they brought Mike Williams back. Obviously, he's familiar with the organization, but realistically, he's just a big body guy that can play the X and block the edge. I mean, that's really what he is.
Yeah, and you saw with the Chargers last year, particularly actually when Dobbins was out, and this is, I think, goes back to the doubling up Najee and Hampton. When Dobbins was out, they couldn't run the ball.
Yeah.
And there were a couple games where they were very competitive in the first half, and then second half came, and they knew, since they couldn't run the ball, then everyone was just keen on McConkey because that was the only reliable weapon, because QJ would just drop it. But so I do think they could use another weapon for sure.
Any thoughts? Did you already talk about Belton, the Packers?
This is about where he was thought to go, and I think this is a good pick. They could use more depth there. I don't know if he's going to be an immediate starter there, but O-line is something you definitely stock for forward. So I don't mind the pick for them, and just helps their offense. Whether he's a full-time starter or just has to come in, I think that really helps.
Spread, how do you feel about this comment from Andrew that it looks like you should be
I
smoking?
laughed because for things to be funny, there has to be an element of truth. So you made me laugh with that one, Andrew.
All right, we were waiting on the Chargers pick, and Bears are on the clock. So do we get a running back there?
Come on, Skattebo.
Come on, Steve, you mocked Skattebo in the
I
second
did.
round.
I mocked this exact thing. I had the Bears trading back with their pick. That was to the Packers, not the Buffalo, but it was in this range. And Trey Harris to the Chargers.
Wow, there you go.
Denver
I don't know about his blocking, but he's a big dude. I'll tell you that.
Oh, I love
Dude.
this. I have a ton of Trey Harris. I'll take this.
He just moved up about 30
And
spots.
goodbye, Quinn Johnston.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Glad you're able to hear
that. Andrew's not happy.
He just went from 110 to 70.
Yeah, I love it. I love it for the Trey Harris.
Oh, let's get some high school tape up in here. Look at this. Getting the high school tape.
No, he was the high school quarterback for Quentin Neighbors or Malik Neighbors.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You told me that. Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to the team, Who Hames. I'm a big fan of Harris.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, just like
looks like Pat likes it too.
Yeah.
The only I just kind of wish he was able to do like a Troy Franklin and Bo Nix combo, like go to Dart with wherever he went.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
this is better. This is better.
What were you saying, Spread?
It's just gonna suck when we're checking the box scores now. Harris
Why?
TD, who is it?
Trey or Nay?
Oh, yeah, Trey or Najee. Yeah.
It's gonna suck. Harris T.
It's T or N.
Yeah.
Probably rushing or
that could help. Yeah.
That'll help. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Bears.
Okay, the Bears on the clock here in good old
Bears
Green
pick
Bay.
is in. Let's go.
Oh, they finished last in the NFC North last year, 5-12. Okay. Fucking turds. Nothing to do in Green Bay. Oh, we got 120,000 people in Green Bay, but 140,000 people showed up here. It's like, yeah, because there's nothing to do there, guy.
Have you ever been to Lambeau, Bruni? For Bears Packers? I didn't know if you'd go to a Bears Packers game.
I went to an air show in I don't know, somewhere near there. That was a good time.
Okay.
Ate a lot of cheese.
Okay.
Drink a lot of beer.
Cheese and beer, yeah.
Catch me dead there. My God. I don't care if they're playing the Bears in the Super Bowl there. I'll watch from home.
Oh, Mike Rob doing a Najee joke. If it's positive yards, it's Trey. If it's negative yards, it's Najee.
We'll have to see what the difference in offensive line makes. You're about to learn the meaning of the term running backs don't matter, because once he gets that blocking, he's going to be a lot more.
Who Haim's talking about Green Bay being small. Like, they still have a lot of people there. There's that to it. I grew up in a town with like 1,500 people. All right. I know it's small. We didn't have stoplights. Grant Park, Illinois. You can look it up. It probably has more people than 1,500 now. There's also a Bruni, Texas. They have a football team.
Bruni,
and they're
Texas.
awful.
Like, how many people were in your elementary school? Like 11, like in your class?
No. I think at one point maybe the elementary school had more kids because there's more grades. From like kindergarten
in your class. Like how many?
Oh, in my class?
Yeah.
No, it was probably like my graduating class was like 54. So,
well, in your elementary school classes, how big were they?
Probably half that, because there were like 2 teachers per grade, 2 5th grade teachers, 2 4th grade teachers.
You still had like 25 person classes.
Yeah. The community college is awesome.
There you go.
Good ratio. Apparently the school system there has really turned it around. Really bringing people in. The test scores are through the roof. Not when I was there. I wasn't helping with that. Look 2 RBs. Okay, calm down.
Now you're a master of Jeopardy. Can you believe this?
So the Bears have this pick, and then they have 60 also, right?
Let me scroll down. Yes,
or 62.
62.
The Commanders can snipe them.
Fun fact spread: 54 kids in my class. 3 young men have a college degree. I am one of them.
Oh, wow.
That is a fun fact.
And I'm not smart.
All right, Bruni. Any last minute projections here or hopes and dreams for this pick?
I mean, not a running back, probably edge. I don't know.
I mean, I'd like running back, but I like that this pick went Minnesota, Houston to Buffalo to Chicago.
I saw that. Yeah.
It's
been
gone
around the
around.
league.
It's gone around the league.
So are we finally going to draft Shador, or are we going to trade back again? I can't wait to find out.
I don't know. Trade back again.
I
Where
think
were
once-
you at,
I think
Jeff?
once
Let me know.
Brady realized that he wasn't on any 31 other draft boards, they all had to do
Yeah.
not draft weight on him. He said, "Hey, let's keep moving back."
I really wish I could see the interview. Like someone's got to have it recorded.
Yeah, I wonder if stuff will come out afterwards.
I'm sure there will be some. I mean, some of it is also other teams covering their bases, being like, "Oh, we didn't want him. Jackson Dart was always our guy," and some of that's true, but or Tyler Shuck was always our guy. But
Wow.
yeah, yeah.
Well,
The pick
I
is
know
me.
Sanders has the big fall, but Milroe's sitting in that green room, which
Wow,
it always
I know.
shocked me that Milroe was going to the draft.
Yeah, that's
And
what
then
I
I was,
said.
is there something he knows that we don't know? Obviously, but obviously not. I mean, we're approaching the
Mhm.
third round here, so
Tackle. What the? Get the fuck out of here. Oh my God.
Mike Robb thinks I bought an NFT of Shador Sanders. No, I just think that he's like, I don't think he's like this future like MVP, but I just think he's like a solid quarterback. And Meg, you constantly talk about like how there's not enough good quarterbacks in the
Yeah.
league. So I just can't believe that it's like
I can't believe he's fallen this far.
Indianapolis
I can't.
went into the season with Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones, and you're
Right.
not. Maybe we should take a shot on this kid, right? I mean,
or like all the other. I mean, Raiders he could sit for 2 years because I mean Gino, like you're
Mhm.
not getting out of that for 2 years. So like you could do the grooming situation, or like Steve said, the Rams.
Yeah.
A situation that's
I
like a year to year with
think he needs
Stafford,
to.
Colts. I mean, there are spots still. It's just
Yeah.
it is crazy.
If I'm him, I just want to go to a good coach at this point. If I'm
Yeah.
his agent, I'm jumping on the phone for the places I want to go and see what we have to do. I mean,
Well,
like
I think
he
another
has
thing
enough
would be
inside
his
track in
agent
the
slash
NFL too.
dad already did that, and
Well,
already-
I'm sure that they're doing that because what else is there to do when
Yeah.
you're not getting picked? You get to work and you figure out how to get.
I mean, he
fucking
could
picked.
have been doing that. in
That was a
March.
good bet,
Like calling
Haynes.
New Orleans and saying, "Don't draft me, no matter what. We will not show up."
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's
I'm-
tough to do this late. Like Eli Manning had leverage, Shador Sanders does not.
That's true.
the draft
But there
trackers
was
He
2
could
picks
have been
behind.
doing
So
this. He might have thought he had leverage.
something that had come out at one point that said, if we don't like where we're going, and it was a we conversation, then we're
Uh-huh.
not going to go there.
Yeah,
that
and-
was
and
very
you know
evident.
how high we thought he was. I remember being on our shows here on the FanSpeak YouTube channel. Make sure you're subscribed if you're watching.
good job,
Being
Spread. I
so
like it.
upset- Yeah, being so upset when we lost that game to Jacksonville because I wanted to pick in the top 2 to get Shador. And
Mhm.
I remember being on these streams. Going, we don't get Sanders now. The Giants get him now. I'm so upset. And now it turns out that every team's had like 3 cracks at him and nobody wants him.
Crazy
Okay.
what 4 months can do. So yeah, we go.
That-
Bears
that
go
goes-
tackle. They get their tackle. What do you think about this pick? Both Steve and then Bruni as the fan here.
I mean, he's a massive guy, like
Okay.
6'6", 320, 330, like big physical tackle, Boston College, up and down, but much better year this year. Yeah, he was a late second, early third type guy, and he doesn't have to start for the Bears, but he gives them plenty of insurance for, like you mentioned, Braxton Jones, and good down the road, be a starter for sure.
What do you think, Bruni? I mean, 1 year
It's
he totally
a simple
revamped
thing.
the offensive line.
No, it's a simple need. Like we were talking about earlier. Again, Braxton Jones may not be ready for the start of the season.
Yeah.
I see that he plays the right. I'm not sure if he can play the left. Braxton Jones been playing the left side for us. Darnell Wright, the right side, pun intended. So I think you just like the depth piece here.
Mhm.
The fact that they were able to trade back and still get Burden and then get a guy that they like. Steve said, the size profile is there.
Mhm.
So I think you just check a lot of boxes.
Yeah.
I think if Braxton Jones is back and ready and he's going to start week 1, we've got a really good depth piece there on the offensive line, which we just need to continue to build up.
The draft trackers behind, and Steve, I cannot keep a poker face.
Well, there
Right?
was a trade.
Yeah. Well, no. Lions and Raiders made picks.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
I thought I saw someone come up saying
For the
trade.
Twitter tip offs, but I'm not going to tip picks because but I want to
Is it's got to be Skattebo then to the Lions?
No, it's not. It's no. I'll say it's no Skattebo to Lions or Raiders. I will say that.
Okay.
I would be pissed if we took Skattebo.
Yeah, Genty and Skattebo.
yeah, and Skattebo and the Lions would really suck.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd be devastated. No, I'm actually smiling for my shares. I'll say it that way.
Roshan's still alive, but we got another pick coming up. So
Yeah.
we still gotta last.
So now I'm still rooting on some running backs in this area because I'd be happy if Washington. I still can't say Commanders is such a stupid name, but if Denver, Washington, Bears, if we get a little running or
Kansas City.
Chiefs, yeah. I mean, if there's a run on running backs here, these are all awesome.
And the Chiefs also have a pick at 65. So like those next that starting with the Denver, you've got like 8 spots that could go running back, and they won't all, but you just have a lot of good landing spots right there.
Come on,
Detroit
Draft Tracker,
Denver,
catch up.
That's what it was. The pick 28.
What's that?
Detroit and Denver, they traded pick 28. Is that what happened?
Steve.
I think that just happened not that long ago.
I think that did happen because I think Denver, the Draft Tracker's not showing it right. I think it went LA to Carolina.
Oh, the Carolina trade back or
Denver,
trade up for Scorton.
And then I think because I thought Denver was on that pick. We were talking Chicago, Denver right there, but now Denver moved back a couple spots. But yeah, I don't have a trade tracker up.
Well, I just saw it on the screen, but I don't have the sound on, so it's sometimes I'll miss something here or there.
Yeah, so
Mike Robb.
Rockets. Tate Ratledge building up that O-line.
Okay, did it finally come through?
That was the Lions pick, Tate Ratledge.
Okay.
Guard.
Yes, yeah.
Georgia.
I've seen it on Twitter.
Yeah, I mean that's a good pick for them. I thought they were going to go guard in the first round, but then a lot of guys got taken earlier. And
this dude's got vibes. This dude's a Lion for sure.
Is he the one that's got like a mullet?
Yeah, he looks like Kenny Powers.
Yes.
I'm into it. I'm into
it. This bandit says Tater.
Yeah, exactly. Love it.
Yeah,
you gotta have a good glue guy on the line.
No, and they let Kevin Zeitler leave in free agency, so
yeah.
No, I think that's good.
What is going on with it? Do I need to refresh this? What is happening?
That guy has like a beer cooler from like the 90s, like 1992. He doesn't get like that $300 water cooler or beer cooler at like Dick's, whatever that brand is.
Yeah, I think so you agree that Tater's a good pick for the Lions then, Steve?
Oh yeah, no, I think they needed a guard. That's one of the best offenses in the league. Why weaken the offensive line? Yeah. As far as the tracker hasn't had it yet.
It's not. It's very because
mine isn't adding it either. Just added.
I know because I want to talk about the next pick.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Can we spoil it?
No spread. The
no
pick
spoilers.
is in.
No spoilers.
We'll right now on the television. You are not allowed. I don't care who you're a fan of. Oh man, now it looks like a county country concert.
Yeah, I saw the Raiders pick on the Ari. What's his last name? Ari. Yeah. He had it in about 5 minutes ago. There's already quote retweets. But
ruined it for all of us.
And it's fantasy relevant.
It is. I will say it is fantasy relevant.
How dare you spread?
I mean, I kind of
IDP leagues.
Yeah. No, I said I have plenty of shares of them, so I've already said that it was fantasy relevant.
I messed around with IDP.
Jack
Oh, yes.
It's a good spot.
I love this. I have a ton of Besh.
It's
have a lot of
it's in between. It's in between.
Yeah, I was gonna say
he's best in the slot.
Oh, okay.
You have Jacoby Myers, who's probably best in the slot.
Jacoby Myers, that's the problem.
Okay, I thought Besh could play like the X role. No,
I don't think that's where he's best used. I think he's best in the power slot.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he is a good blocker, and it's like him and Bowers are very similar in what they do. So
Okay. I got
to me, it's
excited
not
because
the
I just thought
greatest.
Raiders needed a receiver, and
Yeah, I thought he
it's
was
not a crowded
better.
room.
No, it's not crowded, but when you look at the volume that Bowers demanded last year, the improvement of quarterback, having Myers there, adding a Genty, like
Yeah.
even Trey
I
Tucker
don't
gets
think
his,
adding
like
Genty
he
is
gets
downgrade.
gadgetry.
I don't think it downgrades your receivers, and let me tell you why. If you're going 3 and out all the time, you don't have many opportunities to get targets. If you're moving the ball down the field and picking up first downs, whether it's through the running or not, it just, to me, it lifts up everyone else. It goes back to the old idea: draft good players on good teams, right?
No, I don't hate it. I just think, I mean, honestly, even the next pick, I'd have him rather go to the Ravens.
Yeah, I do wonder if how he will be best utilized, because I feel like Bowers fills that role, like the big slot kind of thing, and then Myers can work in the slot. Myers can play
Okay,
outside.
I get
also.
that then. Yeah.
But maybe they feel like Betch can play outside. I mean, look, I get it. They love him from just a good football guy type mentality. I mean,
It's a Tom Brady pick for sure.
Yeah.
Tom Brady, Pete Carroll met Jack Betch and just fell in love. You know it. I mean,
I hope this is running back Allie who Haynes. I hope so.
But what you like to see is that they spent the early pick on Genty. They get Beck, who we really like as a receiver prospect. The offense is just a lot better already.
Yeah, I mean,
a lot better.
Geno, Bowers in year 2,
and I know I have some Geno best stacks. Like Geno is one of my top guys drafted, so I know I have some stacks. So I like that, and also from someone that didn't pay up for a lot of Bowers, that is going to help out some of my Geno shares. Because I was just never willing to pay.
I wasn't willing to pay.
I love Bowers more than all combined, but it's too high.
Exactly.
He should be in the 3rd round. It's too high. He should.
Well, you were getting Trey McBride in the 3rd round, and then he got a contract.
Now he's
got
a bag,
and he was round.
And as much as I love Bowers, I almost think Trey McBride has more upside because the touchdown variance.
Well, look at their offense now. Like it's a much clearer path to being the tight end 1 this year, and for McBride than it is Bowers, at least on paper. If you're
so far, Cardinals haven't added a guy. I thought they were.
I was going to say we kind of thought Cardinals would add a receiver, so it depends there.
No,
Green bean your lips to God's ears. That would be amazing.
I thought the Cardinals would have been in on either Egbuka or Burden for sure.
Yeah,
especially the 2nd round. Some of those guys, like a Jalen Noel, is very similar to a Christian Kirk.
Do you think Noel would have fit better with the Raiders than Beach?
No, not really.
Well, who do you think would have been the best receiver
that we didn't pick there?
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough because I would have loved Trey Harris would have been the perfect Raiders pick. That big physical X
balance to Myers and Bowers.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
But he went. And Higgins also would have fit that bill. Io Manor can do that, and he's a good blocker.
He's the one you said that's really
raw.
Redshirt
sophomore, he's just not good doing what receivers do best, and that's catching the football. He's athletic, he's big, he's strong. He's just not a great receiver.
I mean, one thing Steve and I talked about is just if Marvin Harrison has a big breakout and if they draft a receiver, that's what worries me about McBride getting squeezed on targets, but he is due for touchdown.
You're not overly scared of the run game, though. You're not overly scared of like James Conner or Trey Benson, even if they added a Cam Skattebo or another prospect. Like, I don't think you get really worried about the Cardinals like run game really overwhelming the passing opportunities. And when you look at Kyler's, like his upside, it's extending plays, it's the play action. And I think that McBride still fits into that more. Like he fits the playbook better to me than Marvin Harrison will even in a breakout season because of just how methodical that they are.
And there's also a chance that they could all raise. If you were to do the dream Kyler season where he finishes in the top 5 of QB fantasy points, Harrison and McBride are both awesome.
Yeah, no matter what.
He's not going to be one of those guys that gets 6 people.
Well, he says that he wants to run more this year, that he's feeling much better 2 years removed from the injury, and that's a good thing. But I also remember when Kyler was running for his life and just taking 1 billion sacks. Yeah. So I think there also needs to be a counterbalance to that.
Steve, quick question. GAB in chat says Raider needs some juice, not a possession guy. Would Kyle Williams have been a fit there?
Yeah, Kyle Williams wouldn't have the size, but he would be the deep threat, a better Trey Tucker, much better Trey Tucker, more complete Trey Tucker. So yeah, Kyle Williams, I think, would have made more sense from because I think you want to open up the middle of the field is kind of covered with Bowers and Myers. You want a vertical guy to keep those safeties off Bowers. And yeah, so a guy like Kyle Williams, same thing. Trey Harris is just, he's more bigger physical. That's definitely not Betch's game. So we'll see how they have it figured out. I think he's definitely going to find his way in the field. I'll, just be interested to see how they do it, because there's not a guy, Jacoby Myers is a good receiver, but he's always like a number 2 receiver. I understand he's the number 2 option on the Raiders, but kind of like you're, just a poor man's, different body type, but poor man's Godwin. Like, he's never going to be the one. That's your ideal for Myers.
I think he's in this offense the poor man's like Lockett. When you're going back
Lockett's
to like what you saw from Pete Carroll, like the Doug Baldwin, the Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, and you're kind of looking at these guys and who kind of fits what. I think you still see Bowers, as the top target in the offense, given of what he did last year and just how he fits being an easy throw for Geno Smith, right? He's got sure hands. He can play in the middle of the field. He's great off the line. And then you are able to build in these other pieces for Myers, Besh, Tucker, specifically Ashton Genty, to kind of play off of that. But in reality, it'll be the Genty show. I mean, everybody has to check themselves with Brock Bowers too. Like, he's going to regress 1,000%. And I think that this Besh pick really just evens the levels for receivers. So I'm not going to have any hesitation to continue to click Jack Besh, because I just believe in his ability. When I watch the tape, the word that just keeps coming to me is smooth. He's a clean route runner. And if he has a good system, good offensive coaching, I think someone's going to be able to really unlock him. If it wasn't like a Pete Carroll or, like a McVay, like I was saying, the Rams earlier, be a great way to bounce back from Cooper Kupp as from a prospect level. Like, I don't think Tutu Atwell is it, but they gave him some money. So these are actually this is a good landing spot, I think, maybe than we're even saying here. But going somewhere where he could be leveraged by a great offensive mind, I think was always the thing for me. Yeah, because there could have been plenty of places where, like, if he got drafted by the Jets, I think they would have just ruined him.
Have to say hi to our guy Felix. Howdy, happy Skattebo Day. I hope so. I hope so.
Let's hope. Let's hope this next pick. But yeah, so no, I agree. I mean, Betch is fine, and look, he's a second rounder. People thought Noel would go higher. Kyle Williams was getting a lot of steam, so clearly Jack Betch, had a lot of fans. Even Trey Harris was kind of, people were projecting after these guys. And Jack Betch, even at the end in the little board, was going like pick 200.
Yeah.
It's huge value.
I was taking him ahead of ADP. I didn't I was taking him like 10, 14 picks ahead.
Yeah, I have like 25%. So
Felix said he might want to jump on, so I'm sending him a StreamYard link. Always good to have a Millie Maker join your stream. So let me send him that now.
I'm probably going to dip out at the end of this round.
Okay, yeah, you guys, we don't have to stay on. BBG's running a stream during the third round, so we can people can jump over there too. Again, love cross streaming with everybody, and so yeah, that works. But I am going to send this to Felix right now as we wait for some of these picks.
Mike, Myers does not get carries inside the 5. Myers will get some end around reverses every now and again, but I think those are going to be dying for him.
Ooh, Ravens go Mike Green. Very
good pick. That was he was sitting around for a while.
Yeah. His off the field stuff is the issue.
Well, it's Baltimore. Let's go, baby. We got you. I'll see you at the Wawa. I'm just kidding. I'm a Royal Farms guy.
I was gonna say
Royal Farms is I mean, Bernie,
Mike Green just dominating for 2 years and then just blowing up like Alden Smith and Rolando McClain, and I have a feeling we might be talking about him a lot more than any of these picks in this range. He has the potential to come in and be a star.
Yeah, elite upside. If
this was already a group that was like really good at stopping the run already, so that should be interesting. I mean, last year we were slamming the unders on opposing running backs' longest rush, Like we were getting like under 9.5, 11.5, and it was like a lock. Like at least like the first like 10 weeks of the season.
Well,
All right, guys, let me bring in Mr. Millie Maker himself, Felix Castro. Thank you so much for joining us. Of course, check out Best Ball Nation. And say hi to Kelly in chat. She said, enjoying the show. We appreciate all you watching. Be sure to hit that like button as you come in. Subscribe if you haven't. Best Ball content every single weekday as we start Best Ball season. Felix, how are you doing, my friend?
It has been too long. It's really good. And it's you guys put up great work. All of you guys do. I watch everything. So
thank you. Good to see you, Felix.
Yeah.
Well, so Felix, we have to, as we're waiting for these picks to come in, we have to get your thoughts. How are you going to handle Najee Harris now that Omarion Hampton came in?
Well, I know that Steve saw my tweet. I'm going to get 100% of them. I'm hoping he falls. I'm hoping he falls to like the 120s.
Travian who? I hope he falls to the 120s.
If anybody doesn't know, Felix won the Millie Maker on DK, and Najee Harris brought him home with a last minute, at end of the game touchdown to get him his $1 million. If any man wins me that many figures of money, I will stay as loyal as Felix has stayed to Najee Harris. So
that was the only game I got to watch when he during that week 17, and so that's why he's a little bit more special to me.
It's absolutely understandable why he's so special to you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love that you're going
Harvey.
100%.
Oh, we called it.
Yeah, has it come up yet? Yeah. Okay, so not Skattebo,
Let's
RJ Harvey.
Love
Steve,
it
I
for
got to
my
go to
Harvey.
you first.
Steve,
What do you think?
What's going on? How did that happen?
That's awesome.
I do think Harvey, he is built a lot like Kamara. And,
okay.
you know,
Harvey.
he is one of the most elusive, explosive backs. He actually started as a quarterback at UVA, but he's 5'8", so that was probably not in his future. And
Played wide receiver too.
And I think they first tried to make him wide receiver, but that didn't stick. He then transferred to UCF, and he became just this amazing running back. And yeah, I mean, he's just in a great spot.
Yeah,
you can see some of the Kamara comparisons for sure.
So could he handle like that bell cat? Like how many touches do you feel like he could be like Kamara and get a ton of touches?
My guess is like Estimate probably is still live for like the goal line roll and stuff like that. I mean, Jaleel McLaughlin ain't looking good. They're the same size, and Harvey's just better.
I was just about to say, Steve, as someone who's spent way too much Jaleel McLaughlin,
yeah,
can I get back to 5'8" Denver running back again?
RJ Harvey.
This one invested.
I want
He's
to.
going to absolutely skyrocket though in best ball.
Oh yeah.
A ridiculous price.
Harvey's going to go 70. You know, like he's just going to go.
Yeah, it's gonna be too much. So
yeah.
God bless us for getting him in the big board as much as we did.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he was going in like the
I had
180s.
17%.
What did he going
Let's
180s?
go, Felix. Let's go.
I got 15%. Yeah.
You got 17, Felix? Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I like it. And I know PPR Tyler was pumping up his
the RJ
Harvey. So he's got to be losing his mind right now. Yeah. Andrew in chat says Harvey will be great. I'm glad I have my Harvey shares. Like you said, I'll to see what the price lands. But like you said, he is going to skyrocket. Absolutely.
Washington
I wanted
one more running back here.
You know, this was somebody that could have gone late first, early second.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, as a fan, I'm happy. I wanted a running back, but hey, this defense needs help. So I'm happy as a fan, but I do hope we get a running back here to the Bears or Chiefs.
I put $10 on Skattebo. Let's go.
Oh, there we go. There we go,
Felix. I don't know where you guys had it, but it had to be bottom 10 or 12 last year, right?
Defense was horrendous.
It was terrible. Yeah,
it was awful. Yeah, especially the run defense, actually. But the pass defense.
I know that's why I was thinking. Like usually, you fix the defense to the line, but if you have them rated way above,
I mean the value on this. No, he was definitely ranked on most people's boards, like late first, early second. So as a fan, happy with this. But yeah, I know we need edge, and I do think they need a more explosive running back. So
Jared Wilson is a center.
Yeah, for Georgia.
I don't think the Bears would load up here. I don't think they would do that.
No, I don't think they go center. They signed Drew Dahlman from Atlanta. So,
but could they play him as a backup guard as well, so they could bring him in as a?
No, I don't think they need to do that.
Yeah, they added 2 guards. I think their offensive line is set. You know?
Oh my God, I just had to say this Friends reference. Mike Ross says Andrew talking through Chaz like Chandler being locked in the box to apologize to Joey. That was a great Thanksgiving episode, by the way. I'm a Friends nerd.
Yeah,
I mean, a running back to the Chiefs would be really fun. Is Skattebo to the Chiefs? I'd take it.
You think so?
Skattebo and Pacheco.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be amazing. All the other running backs are yucky.
Yeah. I don't
So
know.
Felix, do you share our Skattebo love? What percent did you have in pre-draft in Skattebo?
I didn't get them that much, but I am. Well, I only had 8%, so I am
Okay.
on Skattebo. But it was always around a weird like part of the draft where I wasn't getting them.
Gotcha. Well, I cannot wait to see now landing spot. What do we got left here? Caleb Johnson, Skattebo. There's one or two other.
Oh yeah, Sampson, Martinez.
Tapson, Martinez, Devin Neal.
Giddens,
There's still a lot of
Neal.
running. Yeah, there's still a lot of running
Jordan
backs that
James.
should go tonight.
Yeah, maybe Bashal Tootin. I wasn't high on Tootin, but a lot of people think he's like a third rounder. So
We'll see where Giddens goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he may not go today, but
Landon Jackson. What do we think about Landon Jackson?
he's a good edge. I take that's the Bears pick.
I'm not
No.
saying he's going there. I'm just saying.
Oh,
I'm trying to.
I was gonna say, I
I'm trying
won't
to
tip
figure
it.
out what
I
they're
won't
gonna
tip
do.
it.
Oh, you know what it is?
I do know what it is. It's not Landon Jackson.
Well, you're also,
That's all I'll say.
when you said that, you're not like smiling ear to ear. So I'm also going to say it's not a running back.
I'm not gonna say. It's Steve's like looking at my terrible poker face.
Harold Fannin.
yeah, that would be crazy.
Oh my god. I don't know.
You'll find out hopefully very, very soon.
Good lord, the pick is in forever. Let's go, Mel.
I know.
I love when the other team is already on the clock. Guys, make the pick. The other team shouldn't be allowed to be on the clock until you make your pick.
NFL
You
Network
should
just
have
needs
to
be
make your
quicker
pick
with their-
within the amount of time that's given. Like you don't like. All right, clock's run out. No. You need to have said the words, the name before the clock runs out. I feel like that would make things a lot more fun.
Yeah, no, and I know Goodell was talking about speeding up the draft and some things.
Oh yeah, like there's got to be so many people that just do
slow
not
it
watch
down.
this.
Let's make this a whole day today. A whole day.
MDS.
I could be into that. I could be into
15%
that.
Harvey.
I mean, that's how it used to be. Used to be
Yeah.
all day.
It used to be all day Saturday. Yeah, all day
My
Saturday.
whole weekends, yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah.
I see. I had a field trip with my kid
The
today.
Sunday is the degen part when they're driving.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
They would cut commercials and you'd miss like 8 picks because they wouldn't play it on the bottom. Man, it was terrible back then.
I tried to ask Steve that when did they switch away from Saturday
like
Sunday?
5
I can't
years ago?
remember.
Whenever,
Longer than
A little longer than that.
Yeah.
can't
I
remember the
don't
exact
remember
year.
exactly.
Because I think Steve was right. Then they switched to like Friday night and then all day Saturday.
yeah.
And-
just
and
don't
then
know
it
why
went
they ever
Thursday,
stopped doing it
Friday.
in Nashville. It seems like everybody is willing to just go to Nashville. It seems like so much fun. You know what I mean? This looks depressing.
I've only been in Nashville once, and yes, it is so much fun. It
is.
did look like
It
a
looks
party.
like an awesome time.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to try to toot Chicago too hard, but I've also heard many good things from like family, friends that have gone to the draft in Chicago. I've never been. But like Green, come on. There's nothing to do there.
200,000 people went out. That's crazy.
It's in Pittsburgh next year.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool.
I applied for my tickets to go next year.
Did
Nice.
you? All right, nice.
You'll get in. They're I mean, if you like fill out the paperwork, you'll get it. You'll get it. They're good about that. They want more and more people every year to come especially for like Radio Row and stuff like that. Des White back to the podium.
Who's Des White?
Third round pick for the Bears in the year 2000.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Oh
I've
my God.
never
I'm trying
heard
to
of
think of
him.
who our
I
coach
can't-
was. It's going to drive me crazy.
It was the
Something. It's going to drive me crazy.
Mike Marks is understudy. Love.
There
No,
it is.
not-
There's the pick. Okay, so
Right,
DT
line.
Shamar Turner.
Yeah.
DT.
Okay. All right. Whatever. Whatever.
Yeah, he
I'm
was on the
I'm just stunned that Ben Johnson, 2 rounds in with
Yeah.
how many picks? Was he at 4 so far?
I was completely wrong about DeAndre Swift going anywhere.
yeah.
Hey,
No, it's pretty shocking because in part of this deal, they gave up their third and got a fourth back and moved up in the second round. So they don't have a pick until the fourth round now.
wow,
There's still a lot of
okay.
good running backs, though. I
Oh,
think
no, there is.
There
fine.
definitely
There's a
is.
project back there,
yeah.
but I don't know if like a fourth round or fifth round running back
Yeah.
is going
He's
to come in
gonna
and
push
steal the
out
show from
Swift.
Roshan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought Swift was the
Roshan
goner.
good
Well,
in
maybe
here,
they'll
too.
trade for Najee. Maybe they'll trade.
There we go.
Hey, I'm not going to say that I was not against that, so I'm definitely in.
I didn't
Chiefs
realize.
might go heavy here.
I didn't realize that they traded away their other third, Steve. So
As part of the deal, I just looked it
Yeah,
up.
swap
okay,
to get
Gotcha.
the two second rounders,
gotcha.
And a fourth. Yeah.
Gotcha.
which is fine, but
Oh, it's a good value for sure.
And again, like the defensive
hope
line
so,
needs
Jeff.
to work, but we needed more edge than anything. Hopefully, that means that Austin Booker is coming up.
Maybe they just don't care about the run. They just go pass happy. And I have 51% burden, so I'm not going to complain.
There you go.
Wow,
Well, I have
yeah.
I have a ton of Rome and Caleb, so I'm
I have a ton
And
of
Roshan.
DJ Moore and Caleb, so we're all kind of different on our. But I had a ton of burden too. Steve, where do you project going back to the Bears thing really quick? Just since they just made a pick, and we talked about how they're not likely taking a running back now until day 3, which is wild to me. Where do you think Burden, DJ Moore, and Rome should go ADP wise in BBM?
I think more.
Any early stab at it?
I don't think more should change too
Change
much.
Yeah.
2-3 turns still. You think?
Yeah.
Yeah, but probably more on the third and third side. But I think Rome has to take a little hit because look, we're not just talking Burden, we're talking Loveland, and that now you have a real pass catching tight end. So I do think Rome takes a hit, and Burden takes the biggest hit. Probably should like these third receivers should go in like 100 to 120.
Yeah.
The disrespect to Cole Kmet. All right, unreal. His drop percentage was less than 2% the last 2 years. 1.9 last year and 1.1 the year before that. 85% catch rate in 2024. Am I taking crazy pills?
Kansas City did not go running back. Another defensive tackle, Omar Norman Lott.
Andy Reid, the technician, just freaking just give him some freaking car parts and he'll build you a Ferrari,
Well, the Kansas City does have the first pick in the third round. So
okay. So GAB said fourth round running backs not too exciting. But there is, some Taj Brooks, Damian Martinez that would be
I mean, Sean Tucker was hyped so much and then went undrafted, right? I mean,
did Eagles swap with Giants? Or Andrew's talking about?
Yeah.
I saw. Okay, so Giants traded.
I could be wrong. I think so though.
Yeah, and what I will say is, last year the running backs that hit were Bucky Irving in the 4th round and Tyron Tracy in the 5th round. So if the landing spot's right, the guy's not dead.
No, that's true. That's true. I mean, not much competition though. I mean, Rashad White, not a lot there. Sean Tucker obviously was there. They brought him to camp.
Rashad White was going around pick 37 last year and was coming off a pretty good year, right?
No, he was going higher, but not that high, not 37.
He was like in the 50. I think he was like a 5th rounder, right?
Yeah, 5th, 6th rounder.
Okay.
But same thing, like Tyrone Tracy, like who was ahead of him?
Devin Singletary, yeah.
Someone else too. Who was it?
But Devin Singletary was also coming off 3 years where he had no highlights at all, but he still had
Devin Singletary was coming off a decent season from Houston.
Yeah, because he filled in for Houston down the stretch.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I forgot.
Yeah, so Singletary put out good numbers, but yeah, he wasn't. I mean, he didn't do anything last year.
Yeah.
Also, my million making winning team.
Yeah.
Singletary was.
Yeah.
There it is.
I always he was Singletary and Ahmad Bradshaw, just some Razorbacks.
Sorry to interrupt you, Bernie. Felix Cup was on your Millie Maker team. Are you going hard in the paint on Cup this year?
Yes. Yeah. It pick 70. No, don't get me wrong. I love JSN, and this offense is going to be terrible probably, but I think he's still going to get his share. When he's healthy, he's still one of the best wide receivers. If Devontae Adams can do it, Cup can do it.
All right, I like
the
it.
Raiders,
I didn't take much Cup.
The Rams
pre-draft
disagree with you.
Yeah. Well, they can shove it.
Wait, so
pick is in.
Yeah, it says pick is in.
It says pick is in for the Eagles and the Giants pick.
Yeah, I guess they were.
Oh, okay.
So they were on the first clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because the Twitter account that I was following just says it's official. Shador Sanders was not selected in the 2nd round. So yeah, Eagles pick is in, obviously. And
neither was Cam Skattebo.
I know. Well, he all along it was more like a 3rd round pick.
Yeah,
all
along.
I mean, it is interesting. Only 2 running backs day one. 3 this round? So running backs, you still have Caleb Johnson, Skattebo, Sampson. Just really good depth.
And I mean, the Bears could trade up, package some picks to trade up, of course, too, if somebody they like falls in the third round. So we still.
Do you guys think that Shador makes it to 19 to the Steelers in round 3?
I don't know.
I've been so wrong on him.
Sorry to interrupt, guys, but I do have to head out for the night. So
right.
Had a lot of fun per usual. You'll see me and Andrew back next week. We got some mania, some draft strategy, and we got a live draft coming.
I was gonna say, are you gonna? Steve and I are gonna do a Monday BBM. Are you and Andrew gonna be Best Ball Mania Monday night?
We'll have to figure that out.
Oh, TBD. That works. All right. Well, we appreciate it, Justin, and lots of more co-streams with all of us this summer too. But
Absolutely.
All
Appreciate
right,
you guys. Have a good night.
All right,
Have
you
a good
too. All right, we'll wait and see what this pick is, and then I'll go over to the round 3. Okay, so it's Andrew Mabuka. Can't pronounce that. Safety.
I mean, that makes sense for the Eagles. So, round 3.
And round 3, Giants are on the clock, and you're right. Kansas City has the second pick. Cleveland was the one that took Junkins. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think, and then I don't know. Maybe we have a
Shador
Shador watch.
A lot of this so far, Meg, but I don't think Casey's taking a running back. But I've been wrong a lot, so there's a good chance that they might.
I just had these spots in my head, and obviously Washington now doesn't have a pick until 4th round either, unless Washington Bears, they could package stuff to come up and end around 3 or something like that. But Washington Bears were 2 of the ones that I had going day 1 or 2 or 1 for Bears, and actually I thought there was an outside chance Washington could have, but I'm very happy with the tackle that fell to them. But there's definitely teams now that now are on to their day 3 picks unless they move up. So I was wrong there. We'll see. But so the best ones on your board, Steve, would be Caleb Johnson, Skattebo, and who would you have third? Samson third. Okay, that's what I thought.
That's a good player.
Yeah, and then I'm also really high on Neil Giddens Martinez for sure.
No Tootin.
I'm just not. I think he's very scheme specific. I think he had fumbling
issues
and just hands issues. He wasn't a great receiving back. So for a guy who's a speed back, you want that, and I just don't know if that's in his wheelhouse. He's just not a guy in this deep class I would be taking that high.
All right.
That's my take on him.
A day 3 guy that I wanted to get your opinion on, Steve, was Andrew Armstrong out of Arkansas. I thought he looked really good. Him and Pat Bryant, but I think Pat Bryant's going to go here in this third round somewhere.
Yeah, so I mean, it's interesting. Andrew Armstrong, much better career and production than Tasala or however you pronounce his name. Obviously, that the raw physical size and speed of Isaac Tasala, but no, I like Andrew Armstrong. Probably definitely a 5th round, 6th round type guy. And again, we didn't see as many receivers as we necessarily thought in round 2. A couple guys have slid, so still a lot of names out there for round 3 receiver.
I thought he performed really well as a big guy on the perimeter.
Yeah,
and I think he led the SEC in receiving yards and receptions halfway through the year at least.
Early on. No, I think there's something to work with there for sure. But I actually think there's a lot of those types of guys like Ty Felton from Maryland is another one.
Yeah.
Horton and Pat Bryant, could they sneak into the 3rd round? Sure.
I'm hoping, man. I love Pat Bryant.
Wait, where's Pat
he
Bryant
reminds me of Uvi. Yeah.
Okay. Steve, really quick. I know you were, decently high on Caleb too.
Yeah.
Is he just very scheme specific?
He's a little scheme specific, and he didn't have a great combine, so that didn't help him by any stretch when even Quentin Junkins was running a 4.4,
Right.
But he is a bit more scheme specific, kind of only a 1-year breakout. But I was offense, and
right.
It's even though he didn't have the greatest 40 times, he did have some breakaway runs. So I'm still a believer in him, and yeah, we'll just be interested to see where he lands.
When you say scheme specific, what is the best scheme?
I think more of a zone scheme for
Okay.
him. Yeah.
Oh God, don't go to the 49ers. Don't they just collect zone runners?
Yeah, pretty much.
No. I have plenty of Caleb Johnson. That would be bad. Where do 49ers pick in round 3? Nope, they still have 75. I didn't know if they moved around or anything.
Yeah, so Dallas is definitely one to watch in that mid 70s. And also, some of these teams could, because it's very inexpensive to trade up in the 3rd round. Like you can give a 5th or 6th rounder and move up 10 spots. So
that's why I was thinking about like even like the Bears or Washington, if they came back into the 3rd round, like if someone they liked fell, it wouldn't be super expensive, right? Like coming from 4th to 3rd. So before you go over to BBG's channel, Steve, where would you say the spots are kind of for the fantasy friendly players? So we'll go running backs first for Caleb Johnson, for Skattebo, for Sampson. Let's just go those 3. Who would be some of your favorite?
Break that down. I got to jump off, guys. Thanks for having me on. And we're for Tyler and I shows. Guys, we're going Wednesday this week, not Tuesday.
The DraftKings has started on Wednesdays for the last 3 years. That's when I think it's going to start.
You think it's starting Wednesday?
Okay. I don't have any answer.
And if not, we'll adjust and we'll rip an underdog. Felix, great to see you. Please don't get mad at me when I snap you on Najee the next time we draft together. And
still Najee sniping. I like it.
But other than that, thanks for having me, guys, on. I'll see you soon.
Always good to see you, Spread.
Later, guys.
All right, take it easy.
Yeah.
Right,
so
break that down quick before.
So running back, Kansas. I haven't looked at the pick, the tip pick, but Kansas City, Jacksonville for sure, Dallas. Who else? Can you scroll down? Because I am surprised the Giants didn't take one there.
No, they went DT tackle. Okay, so
Scroll
you
down.
said I'm scrolling.
Yeah, Denver, obviously.
No, Denver just went.
Oh, Denver just took Harvey.
Okay, so Dallas.
It starts to thin out because not many of these teams need a Steelers.
But then if Shador falls to them, that's a whole conversation piece, but we'll see. Dallas Steelers.
Jacksonville have 2 picks.
Good.
So they have 70 and 88.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Rams did.
Potentially.
That would be rough for my.
Perform in the 3rd last year. I just don't know if they're going to double dip.
He broke his arm late. I don't know if they're like that high on him.
Injury prone, and then Chiefs do have another.
Yeah, Chiefs at the end.
Late one. And then you're right. There really are not. There's only like 3.
A lot of teams traded out.
Either addressed it already, like the Raiders or Broncos or Browns, or are done, like the Bears or Washington or something. So I'd say the biggest are obviously, like you said, Dallas, Dallas, Steelers, Jacksonville probably would be the biggest targets, right? And then receivers. So it was Galati edge for the Chiefs there, and then Cleveland pick is in, and Raiders are back on the clock. We'll see if any Shador there, but any receiver. I mean, it's got to be receiver first.
I would hope.
You would think. Any potential fits that you would see best of the receivers left?
I think Jalen Noel would be a very good pick there. They have an undersized receiving core, but it would be a talented one. I'm not a big Elikayo Manor fan, so
not the ass. I'm not a fan either.
Yeah,
but I think that's something they would probably draft.
I hope not, because I don't think that's good for Drake May. But
they've had a. I was gonna say, are you taking a lot of Drake May? I'm taking a ton of Drake May. What are you doing, Felix? Have you been taking it?
See here, I don't remember. I kind of take him here and there, so I'm like, let's see here. Drake May at 14%, so like a little bit above the average. He kind of in my head, he's like the similar where I'm like Bo Nix, like they're just really good rushing quarterbacks, and that's how I see them. I've never been a fan of Bo Nix. I've trashed him all the way, but he proved me wrong last year, I guess.
So you said Jalen Noel would be a good fit for the Patriots. Anybody else that's left that you would see? Like, would Kyle Williams be?
Yeah, Kyle Williams would make sense. I think those are clearly the top 2 upside receivers right now.
And I mean, receivers could go to places like Cowboys, Broncos as well.
Even the Jets. I mean, right now.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Right now, their number 2 wide receiver is Lazard and Corley. That's
a good point. Patriots brought in Kyle Williams for a top 30 visit. Sometimes that does point, to who they're interested in. So that is interesting. Well, I know you wanted to go to BBG's channel. Why don't we actually wrap up and I'm going to drop the link in chat. So BBG is streaming. I just dropped the link in chat. If you're watching this, you follow BBG, Eric was doing round 3 stream. So we'll wrap up here and then Steve's going to be on with him. PPR Tyler's on with him. But we might as well just kind of wrap up round 2 and then people can go join BBG, Tyler and Steve at round 3 over on BBG's channel. But we're going to have a lot of cross streams, ton of great best ball content coming your guys' way all summer long, starting Monday. So we appreciate all you guys. Hit that like button on the way out. If you're not subscribed, help us we're turning towards 1,000 subscribers. So help us get there. We'll do a 24-hour live stream. Felix, we know you've done a 24-hour live stream.
I've done 25-hour live streams.
25-hour live stream. I mean, that's quite impressive. We appreciate you, Disbanded. We appreciate you, Vapor. We appreciate everybody in the chat. Again, come back Monday. Tons of content every single weekday for best ball season. And we've got a best ball subscription coming out next week too, which we're really excited about. But Felix, final thoughts for the people before we jump out of here. And I'm so glad you're able to join us.
Oh no, this has just been great. I appreciate you guys just having me on for just a little bit. I've missed you guys. It's been so long. I'm going to be streaming again starting on Wednesday. So I'll be back
Best Ball Nation. Check out Felix, Best Ball Nation, former Millie Maker winner. Always good to follow a Millie Maker winner's advice and check out his channel. And we're going to have to do some cross streams here too, Felix. Go check out Steve again on BBG's channel for the rest of round 3. Steve, final thoughts for the people before we head out of here.
No, we've had definitely some landing spots hit perfectly, others a little bit more interesting, but honestly, there's still a lot of good fantasy relevant guys out there, and we just see one go to the Browns, Harold Fannin Jr.
Oh, nice. Okay, great. Yeah,
that's a solid spot for him.
That's
I know they have Njoku, but they talked about wanting to upgrade the tight end room. I'll still take a low Fannin in round 18 because he's like a big slot, so I just want to mention that even with Njoku, I think he could still have a role and a value. But no, thanks for everyone. And I'm going to be heading over to BBG's channel, but we're going to be doing plenty of streams, plenty of content, and see everyone there.
All right. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Have a great night, and we'll see you Monday.